Music! Action!
Wait,
lights,
control.
Music, action! And here we are again.
And a twirling birdie.
And a twirling birdie. Look at that. We got all kinds of performances and people with books. That was pretty cool how you
No
guys...
peeking.
Welcome back once again, guys, to
StormyD's
session
face.
60 of DragonMetal Saga. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, StormyD. And you know we're all here to watch the birds, so... Look at that. Like, is she a gremlin? Is she a goblin? Is she a pirate? I think all three.
Yarr.
I think Druid's next character should be like a wizard or a sorcerer, and they should have a parrot as a familiar. That way she can have a prop every week.
What about a swashbuckler rogue?
Or she could just be a Kenku. She could just be the bird, the tropical one.
Who knows?
Maybe she'll be the bird.
But today she is Thyra, the paladin celestial.
Fighter paladin.
Right. Rune Knight fighter paladin with an array of titles. In fact, let's get to that. Please regale us with tales of your titles, Miss Druid Thyra.
Hello, I am Druid IRL, and I play Thyra, daughter of Tyr, descendant of the Valkyrie Gwendolar, Rune Knight fighter and Oath of Justice paladin, wielder of Raven's Edge, member of the Freelancers, the diviner of smites, slayer of demons, eater of meats, destroyer of cisterns, bunker of heads, demander of sandwiches, wearer of yoga pants, protector of the great helm of Galadoon, the brilliant, and defeater of dragons.
And stutterer of lists.
Yes.
I mean, since we got a comment from the Peanut Gallery, it's now Peanut Gallery's turn. That's you, BT.
Oh my god.
Howdy. I am BT, and I play Sindri, the rock gnome sorcerer. There's no lists here. That's it.
Gotcha. Well done, sir. Well done. And then next we have a cute little fluffy white owl and his animal companion, that dude there. So please introduce yourselves.
Sorry, I'm just heavy petting the bird.
Heavy petting.
I'm gonna go stare at the flowers now. Give me a second.
The flowers.
It's always been. Hello, everybody. I am extirpatefate. I play Merrik the Transcended, and this is Echo. I'm a wizard.
I'm a wizard, Harry.
This is my book.
No, I'm a wizard, Echo.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm a
I
wizard.
mean, since you have
I'm a
something to
wizard.
say on the
I'm a
subject,
wizard.
it's your turn
I'm a
now.
wizard.
My brain went the same direction for as much as I hate to admit it.
Hi, everybody. I am itsStarKitty, and I play Shae, the Grey Elf Ranger, Drake Warden Ranger with a dragon named Milo.
Well-
I said it correctly this week.
Well done. Well done. Fantastic. So, recaps of last week. The adventurers had embarked on their, I believe, dadgummit, what are you doing to me? I believe this is their 10th mission. Yes, their 10th mission, which is entitled The Lost Abbey Ghoul Nest. They had already met with the contact, who turned out to be a husk, which is a new kind of not undead but not alive race, some sort of necrotic-based life form, a non-alive creature, not alive sentient living creature.
Like me.
And the mission, at first they thought the mission was to meet this person, and then he would give them some information and some details, and they would go clean out the abbey of the ghoul infestation, and then they then report back to him, and he would craft some sort of teleportation circle so that they could transport to meet the primary sponsor of this contract, the lady they had met before, the Queen Evelyn of Necropostophon. But once they got there, it turns out that the mission parameters were not laid out quite properly in the quest board that they received. So it turns out that he needed to go with them to to help them locate the relic that they're looking for. The relic is basically some kind of holy oil that can be used to cleanse the abbey of this undead infestation of ghouls, and they need him to help them find it, identify it, potentially help them use it so they know what to do, and then afterwards he's going to actually create the teleportation circle with the device that he's been provided there in the abbey, because the intent of the abbey is of cleansing out this abbey is so that the Necropostophon and potentially other survivors can use it. Basically refugees can use it, living creature refugees and or husk refugees. So they embarked on this quest and made their way across an open graveyard, miles of graveyard. Turned out that those graves had been emptied a long time ago, so they didn't have to contend with any undead creatures until they got into the courtyard of the abbey. They dealt with just a small smattering of ghouls. It seemed like, okay, this isn't that bad. There were like 3 or 4 ghouls at the beginning, just outside of the abbey. Then they went inside the abbey and things were a little bit weird, because as they moved into the place, they could tell that they could hear and tell that there was movement of ghouls. It was strange. It was as if the ghouls were leaving the rooms as the adventurers came into them. And eventually they moved their way into a position where they realized that the ghouls were being very clever and kind of drawing them in so that they could surround and flank them. And that is where we left off. They had begun the fight. And we're basically on round 2, I believe, of the fight against these ghouls. They did dispatch a couple of them already, well, more than a couple. Sindri almost burned down the abbey, but then decided, let's just do cold here. But it's not just ghouls that they've been surrounded by. They've also been accosted by ghasts and some sort of ghoul lord. And that is where we left off. Did I miss anything else? Take that as a no.
I'm stood on a box.
Mm-hmm. You did.
It's
It's technically not a box, it's an altar. It looks like a box, but it's an altar. That's what I got. So let's do the individual recaps. What stood out most to our characters from last week? I only need 1 die. Sindri.
Hello. That's not the right voice. Let's see if that one works, shall we? This abbey's just got a bad vibe to it. And then ghouls set up a trap. I I can't remember, but I don't think we've faced ghouls before, but I've never heard of them setting a trap. Would be easier if we could just all pile out of the abbey and we just cast one fireball, let the whole place fall down on top of them, burn them all. You know, like a meteoroid shower, fire burning rocks falling down on top of them and all that sort of stuff. But apparently we've got to save the place. Need to make a note as well. I might have a spell idea for Merrik. I saw it online and it's something called testicular torsion.
I know exactly what video that is too. Oh.
We've seen that video.
I thought how it would work as well. So
I mean, I can do that right now.
It only applies any damage when you start moving, but the more you move, the more it multiplies.
It's like a localized spike growth. Force damage. Oh
Whole new
man.
meaning on force gauge.
Crotch growth. All right.
You almost just killed him.
I know. I waited till he drank.
Well, I'm gonna wait till he's done, and now that he's done, it's his turn.
I still don't like this place. It just gives me the creeps. Don't get me wrong, the nice and quiet is probably fantastic for thinking, but when you don't know it's around the corner or in the shadows, it puts me on edge the whole time. Though strangely, I find an absolute delight in slaying these things. It's an interesting conflict I have. It is quite interesting that they set a trap, I guess. Let's hope they don't know pack tactics. I don't think they're smart enough for that. But, well, everybody, are we still good to take out the trash? I'll take your silence as a yes.
I guess that's a cue for Thyra.
I'm not shocked that it appears that these ghouls are controlled by a more sentient one, considering that this place is most likely desecrated. I look forward to the fight. Big one's mine.
You say the big one's yours?
Whoever gets there first, though.
Okay. Oh. Hang on, real quick. Yeah, speaking of trash.
Hold on, I gotta take the trash out. Hold on, I'm so sorry.
Yep.
Huh?
Kind of banned
The
above.
best
Oh.
views on Stream Boo. Remove the space. I'm gonna remove you from this space. In 3.
You can ban him. I'm gonna.
I don't have a sword.
Oh, okay.
I'm a wizard.
Wait,
Thank you, Bubba.
I haven't made you a mod, Fate?
And I'm perfectly okay with that.
Fair enough.
I mean, you can, don't get me wrong. If shit hits fan and you need to summon someone to rain down like hellfire and brimstone, absolutely, I'll indiscriminately ban shit.
That's how we both became mods in Ryan's chat.
Yeah,
Because we had to.
when that hate raid happened, we'd happen to be there, and he's like mod, and I'm like done. Bam, 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 bam. It was scorched earth.
Nice.
It's pretty fun. Yeah. Anyway,
Very cool.
very cool. Got it.
Very cool. Your turn.
Dear Journal, it's me, Shae. Journal, we are in a bit of a spot, or is it tizzy? I think that's what the saying is. Yeah, we're in a bit of a tizzy. Or is it between a rock and a hard place? It's over at Mr. Sindri. Shae has learned lots on the Oracle. We are currently fighting our way out of a ghoul-infested abbey. It's been so long since Shae has been around undead of this level. Wish us luck, Journal. Shae is ready to go to town on these guys. P.S. Our contact, Frederick. Was it Frederick? Yeah, I think it was Frederick. Is the 42nd of his name. Shae didn't realize that people could have the same names. Well, maybe she did. What was the name of everybody in my village? P.P.S. Avery is learning more about our little group. Hopefully, she can keep the information to herself. But then again, Avery was so in awe of Miss Thyra. Shae hopes that she keeps everything in check and doesn't start a cult around Miss Thyra. Shae's observations. So, people have described Miss Thyra to have an angel-like appearance. Shae would agree. Miss Thyra is pretty and she protects people in her own special way. Most of the time she yells, but that's her own special way. Stay on Miss Thyra's good side.
If we go off what Raven's Edge said, Sindri could be both the rock and the hard place.
That's why we both laughed.
I also will mention the amount of times Shae has reiterated, don't get on Miss Thyra's bad side. It's
That's true.
fantastic. Yeah, don't get on her bad side. Yeah, please. No. 'Cause
Which
I have
side
to
is
hear
that?
about it.
Left or right?
It's the angry side.
All right.
Did you just check which side?
I mean, she does protect people in her own special way.
She does.
By smushing them.
Protect.
She yells with her fists.
So, is there anything else anybody wants to add, or is everybody good to go?
Yeah, I think the most terrifying thing is seeing a vein in Thyra's forehead. Now you know you're fucked. As soon as she's like, what? You're like, and it's all you, babe. I'm out. Could you just agree with me?
She did.
Dumb creature.
She's eating a strawberry.
She's eating a strawberry.
Yep.
Yummies. All right. Well then, we're gonna jump back into the action. We were in round 2 of combat. So, kablam! Here we are.
Kabim,
And-
kablam, malakazam.
Since last week, I have adjusted the camera angle and the lighting, so it should be a little bit easier for everybody to see. I wish I had thought of that sooner. Okie dokie pokey. Let's see here.
Top of the round. Shae.
You dropped your bookmark.
I know, I was gonna get it in a second, but if you
I gotta go get my phone for Milo stats.
I gotta pee.
I gotta pee. Okay, Forrest.
God, please.
That's an extra double entendre, isn't it? Since she's a druid. Okay, Forrest.
That's
Does
good.
the druid piss in the forest?
Does that substitute for does a bear shit in the woods?
Yeah.
Is that the, yeah, okay, good. Yeah. I remember one time there was a rabbit and a bear in the forest, and they're both taking a shit. The bear turns to the rabbit and says, "Do you have any problem with poop sticking to your fur?" The rabbit goes, "No, why?" Bear grabs the rabbit and wipes his ass with him.
What did you just say?
That's
Nothing.
terrible. That's so
Hey,
terrible.
I wasn't even talking shit about you. Not this time.
He was talking shit about you. Apparently, he grabs you and wipes his ass with you.
No, he's not a rabbit.
What?
You're not a rabbit. No,
No.
he's a goblin. That's different.
Kobold. 3 kobolds to be precise.
Not tall enough for 3 kobolds.
I was gonna say she's more like 1.5.
2. They're baby kobolds.
Well, so we're at the top of the round, which is actually Shae.
I forgot I was first.
Mm-hmm.
So, bonus action. Shae is gonna be like, Milo, I need your help, please. Ask him to transform.
Yeah, okay. I'll come over here and get it done. Cool. He ends up like pushing this guy back and crushing the pew that he was standing on.
Ruh-roh.
So, let's see. Milo is going to bite and claw at the one behind him.
He's gonna whip around.
Yes.
You and him back to back, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Bite.
I feel smiting for you, my lady.
14 to hit. Bite.
Let me double check.
I don't know.
Yeah, that'll get there.
Oh, sweet.
By the way, did we already have him roll his? Did you guys already roll your con saves
Yes.
for the ghasts? Okay. Okay.
Milo and I made it. Avery did not.
That's right. She's the one who's retching at the moment.
And claw is going to be a 19.
Yes.
And that's
I believe he's attacking number 4.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets 2d10 plus 4 for his bite, and then 2d6 plus 4 for his claw. So that's roll plus 8.
Hang on, I'm trying to figure out. 1. I is confused. So
Looking at that.
Did you mark off the wrong one?
no. Trying to figure out who's who. Because I didn't mark out off the color. I guess that was
Oh,
done.
I have it. I have so initiative order. So it's Shae, Ghouls purple, Ghouls blue, Sindri, Merrik, Ghasts, Buff Ghoul mutated, Thyra,
Wait, so
Avery.
are the ghasts the? I need to know what dice they are. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Are the ghasts the orange dice?
Yeah, because the ghouls are purple and blue.
Okay. Okay.
So the
Perfect.
ghasts are orange.
All right. That's perfect. Thank you.
23 points of damage.
Hang on. And he's attacking
Number 4.
ghast number 4. All right.
Is gas number 4 a medium or smaller creature?
Yeah.
Okay, then he must succeed on a DC 15 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
All right. What was the damage again?
23.
23.
Yes. I rolled 3 3s, a 6, and then plus 8.
All right. And he, which kind of save?
A strength save.
What's the DC?
15.
Right. Number 4 falls down. So Milo knocks the shit out of that guy. He knocks his dick in the dirt.
All right. So Shae's turn. Shae is going to turn and swing on blue number 3.
Blue
Swing, swing,
number 3.
Oh yeah, don't forget it's swing.
3,
Oh,
4.
Which is
Is it-
extra
so
attack
is that
and
why
fancy rapier.
blue is 3 and 4, correct?
Yeah. So I would get 3 attacks. Wait,
Because
is
of
the
your
rapier speed attack considered a bonus action? Because it's a bonus action for me to do anything with Milo.
No, I remember the conversation. So you Stormy said that you automatically the 2 attacks with it.
Okay.
So
and then I have
yeah.
extra attacks, so that's 3. And then if I'm hitting with my offhand, that's a bonus action.
that is the bonus action, correct? The 4th attack
Yeah.
is the bonus action. So you
It's
have
the
3
bonus
attacks.
action. So
Okay.
correct.
So hang on a second, though. I need to make sure I'm
That's
figuring
wicked.
out who's who. So Gould. All right. Yes. Continue.
Okay. First attack.
And you're attacking number 3, you said? Number 4.
Yes. Number 3.
So you spin around to attack number 3. This guy.
Yes. 13 to hit. Oh, the 4.
Yeah. Yes, just barely.
Oh, 14 hits. Okay. So that
Oh,
is.
you said 14? I think
Yeah.
you said 13. Either way, they're both.
Oh, sorry, 13. Yeah, it's a 13.
Yeah. So
4, so 13.
normally ghouls only have an AC of 12 because they're naked, right? But when they're in the presence of their ghoul lord, they get a boost to their AC.
I rolled another 4. No. 9 and. Yeah. 13 again.
So 13 against number 3.
Yeah. Well, no, 13 to hit. I'm rolling all my attacks.
Oh, right.
And then third attack is an 18.
Yes, obviously.
Okay. So 3d8 plus 15.
And this is your rapier.
Yes.
So you're like,
rapier.
stick.
Yes. My character's like Mael.
Mael. Why is that?
Claire
Just
Obscure.
kidding.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, I get it. Yep.
15, 25, 26 points of damage.
all right.
Send
Annihilated.
home, baby.
She annihilates number 3 here. Splat.
Shae has gotten better with her weapon, so she's just like, stick, die. Or no, it's slashing. So,
No, rapiers are piercing.
piercing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
That's it for me.
Good turn. Yeah. So that was initiative
ghoul's
round number
purple.
1. Number 2 is
purple ghouls.
the ghoul number 4. The only is it purple ghouls or blue ghouls?
Purple. The ones that are on Thyra.
And Merrik
Merrik.
is also there.
2, 3. Equals 2. 1, 2. Yeah, there's the marker. Okay, cool. So, cool ghoul. Number... I mean, there's this nice, giant, big, juicy target that they were already surrounding. They may be clever creatures, but they're also kind of feral and hungry because they don't get a lot of living creatures to feast upon in this area very often. So they're just all going after Thyra. So 2, 3, 4, and 6. 2, 3, 4, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. AC's what, 21 or 22?
22.
22.
22.
Sorry. Looks like 2 of the 6 and 3. Oh, because of your large size, they're all getting a flank. So, you roll additional die. I'm using never tilted dice.
Honk.
So, first one was a miss. Second one is a miss. Third one is a miss. Fourth one is a miss. It just can't get through your armor.
It's at the end of
and
their
your
turn. They
shield.
take, at the end of their turn, they take the radiant damage.
The helmet
helmet.
damage?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
4.
By the way, did you haven't activated the one thing yet, have you? Because
Not your aura.
you don't want to accidentally hurt the husk. No, what was it? Not the husk. It was. You just
didn't
haven't
want me to
activated it yet, right?
No, because it was it had something to do with Frederick.
So I remember we questioned the radiant damage from the helm, and we realized that Frederick is kind of technically undead. We identified that that doesn't affect him because he's more sentient than just undead, or at least that's kind of the understanding that I had. Likewise, you haven't done your radiant consumption, and that
Right,
has not
that's
been
what I was
brought up
getting at. Her radiant consumption, she hasn't activated.
We haven't discussed radiant consumption in dealing with Frederick.
Yeah.
Only dealt with the helm.
Right.
But you're nowhere near Frederick.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. So roll me a d6. Tell me how much damage. 2,
4.
3, 4, and 6.
4 points.
4. Oh, she said 4.
That's a very strange beard you've got there.
Matching my bangs.
It was
It
so
smells like
adorable hanging out in your hoodie. I was like, oh.
The bird was slow blinking at me. It was weird.
Alrighty.
Now it's the blue ghouls.
Yeah, initiative 3, which is going to be number 4. Well, there's only one left. Yeah.
2 of
And he's
2.
right in front of me.
Yeah.
No?
Oh, one got
And
killed.
because the other guy's prone, he doesn't get his flank. Well, actually, never mind. He's got another. Yeah, never mind. It wouldn't be a flank anyway. He takes a swipe at you. That's a ghoul, yes.
Yes.
Wow. Super miss. I'd like to roll the 2. Just he just went.
He's so weak from hunger.
Yeah. All right. And then, so that was initiative 3. Initiative 4 is Sindri.
I have one question before I take my turn. And it's spell mechanics. Now, Sindri would know this because he's already used this spell on test dummies. But because it was test dummies, we didn't actually work out the details. For Chain Lightning, do you designate who it hits because it says target? That's
Yeah,
the bit
so-
where I was like, because you
So
designate who you hit
you have to
first.
look at chain lightning, like it's sort of like a spider that hits out at other targets. You create a bolt of lightning that arcs toward a target of your choice, so you do have to choose the initial target. 3 bolts then leap from that target to as many as 3 other targets, each of which must be within 30 feet of the first target. A target can be a creature or an object. It can be targeted by only one of the bolts. And they get a dex save. So effectively, it's not like a lightning bolt where if you do a lightning bolt and you have a buddy that's in line with it, they're going to take a hit too, right? Chain lightning hits one target and then arcs to other targets that you designate. So you can basically hit whatever you want. They just
That's
have
all
to
I
be
wanted
within.
to make sure of.
Right.
Okay. And my second question, can I see any of, because of my elevation, I get there's a dragon in the way, this is why I'm asking. Can I see any of the targets that are around Thyra and Merrik?
Oh, Thyra and Merrik? You're a little far away from them, only because you now have, like you said, the big dragon.
Yeah, that's what my imagine was.
As
Yeah,
well
he
as all
did
the
kind of block
columns
your view.
in the way.
Yeah.
In which case, I know what I shall do.
Okay.
So, did you say the ghoul lord person thing is in this group? Yep.
Yeah, he walked in from the hallway. This is him right here. He doesn't
I
have a
am
number
going
on him because he doesn't need it because he's singular.
I'm going to spend 3 spell points to heighten my spell that gives him disadvantage on his dex save, and I'm going to target him.
All right. And then what are the other 3 targets you want to target after him? These closest 3 ones that are right here?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
It makes sense that it would be the closest 3 in my brain too.
I don't think it'd be this one. I think it'd be these 3 right here. Let's see, font, yeah. Because you can't, well, no, you can see either one. This is, do you want to hit 3 ghasts or 2 ghasts and a ghoul?
Let's go 2 ghasts and a ghoul.
All right, these 3 guys, perfect. So first, I need to give him his dex save. What's the DC, sir?
So he's got disadvantage on a 21 dex save.
Okay.
Jeez.
Get the other dice.
Or 3 points. Hey, if I could see the other group, I was going to twin spell it, and there'd be a chain lightning for each group.
She gets way too aggressive with me over here.
He rolled really high, but it wasn't high enough, so he failed. And then I need to roll for the other guys. Because it's maximized and it's a chain lightning, they all basically have to have disadvantage, so.
The spell points things does designate that it's only the first target that's disadvantage on their save.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then,
Could any of them
So all
hit
the rest just
anyone?
have normal 21 dex save.
yeah, I mean, if I roll like an 18 or above, I'm gonna roll for each of them then. 1, 2, 3. Then none of them succeeded though.
How many dice do you roll now, BT?
10d8.
Wow.
Yeah, chain lightning is sick. I mean, it is a 6th level spell, so it better be sick.
Yeah.
Chain lightning was always a good spell, even in 3.5.
It's not going to be massive high damage though. I forgot.
In the old days with chain lightning, the other targets took less damage than the original, but in the 5th edition version, it doesn't look like there's any reduction in the damage at all. It's the same for all of them. Although there is a wording issue here. It says the target takes 10d8 lightning damage on a failed save. Why it didn't say the targets? Because you've had to target multiple creatures. So either way, there's no other way to interpret that. So
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
43 lightning damage.
you didn't think that was very much?
There's only 2 8s and all the rest are lowish.
All right, let's start off with, so that's going to be Ghast number 4.
Yes.
He's scratched.
Wait. I thought this was ghoul. This is blue ghoul?
No, he's a Ghast. Oh, is he a good? Wait a minute. Oh,
Blue
You're
is
right.
cool.
He's
Blue is ghoul.
blue is ghoul. Damn. So, what did I just mark out? Oh, I marked out gas number 4.
Gas number 4 is on
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So I'm trying to do that. All right, and then it's gassed 1 and 2, correct?
Yes.
They did how much? 43?
Yes.
All right. He annihilated all of his targets, with the exception, of course, the Ghoul Lord, which is who is lit up and very pissed off.
So all of the blue ghouls are gone.
Yes.
Blue ghouls are gone, yes.
Eric, one question. To use the Pearl of Power, is that an action or a bonus?
It's an action.
It's an action.
An action. Okay. I'm gonna use some of my movement to use the altar as a little bit of cover after doing that.
Oh, you're gonna jump down right behind it?
Yep.
Are you gonna jump
On the
behind
side
it or
away
to the
from.
So over here?
Yep. I don't want to be looking directly at the big ghouly boy that I've just fried.
Damn it. So 1,
Oh my gosh, I'm blocking your line of sight to BT. I know, I'm so sorry.
3, 4. 6. So she's technically 7.
Yeah, I couldn't twin it, but
All right.
disadvantage.
Correct me
was
if I'm
better.
wrong, Druid. I have Thyra at 7 and Avery at 8.
Yes.
Okay. I have the Ghoul Lord at 6.
Yes.
All right. So Sindri's done. Now it's
It's
Merrick's turn.
Merrick. Correct.
Nice. All right. Only 2 things are happening. Step 1, we're gonna go Transcendent. I'm gonna go into my my final form as a bonus action, and as an action, I'm gonna cast Steel Wind Strike on the 5 closest targets. So everybody around Thyra and
So wait, I'm confused about something. When you say transcendent, you mean the thing where you merge with the owl, right?
yeah.
You've already done that. You did that.
Nope. We've only had 1 round of combat, and I did bonus action, which was my elemental infusion.
Oh, okay,
Which
right.
takes
For some reason, I
place
thought you
of
did.
my-
Okay, all right, gotcha.
Yeah,
So
I
you're-
had
all right.
thought that I did as well, and I looked at my thing, and I only had 1 marked off because it was the combat outside, and it's not this combat because it would only last a minute anyway.
All right. So you now
Go play
transform.
Transcendent.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to cast Steel Wind Strike.
Okay.
So I get to choose up to 5 creatures I can see within range, which is 60 feet. Make
Okay.
a melee spell attack against each target. The target takes 10d6 force, or 6d10 force damage. Sorry.
Wait. That's Steel Wind Strike. That's not one of the new ones we made up.
That's not the new one.
The actual one, right?
This is the actual spell one. Yeah.
Let me take a look at it.
Xanathar's Guide, page 166.
I'm just gonna use.
I'm gonna
The
lie, I
Oracle.
kinda want that.
Oh, it's busted. I love it. I mean, it is a 5th level spell.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it should be a 6th, personally. But
The one good thing I was thinking about the Pearl of Power allows us to get an extra Ask the Weave each day. If I don't use my 5th levels, obviously.
God dang it! I don't want a discussion of the spell. Just show me the effing spell. All right. Wikidot is like really slow right now. What the hell? Piece of crap. It's Steel Wind Strike?
Yep.
Yeah, I know we have to look.
What page is it spell on?
166.
Normally this is flawless.
Absolutely flawless.
Yeah. All right. It's he needs to make 5 spell attacks. So who are you targeting? I'm assuming you see there's the 4 ghouls that are surrounding Thyra, and then what? One more?
And then I would say the one that is prone would be the one that Merrik would go for, easiest to see in line of sight. That would be my guess.
Okay.
Because I think the other one's blocked by
A pillar.
Well, he can get
pillar.
this one. Oh yeah, there is a pillar, but it's not blocked. Like he can see past it. So, but yeah, no, this is the
I would go
easiest
for the
one for
prone
sure.
one.
So yeah,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Cool.
The prone one is disadvantage, I believe. Let me double check.
Since
Or
it's
maybe taking
technically a
3.5.
melee, it's technically a melee spell attack. Since it's a melee spell attack, it's not a ranged spell attack, technically speaking. It should not have disadvantage. I'm happy with the straight roll. It's fucking plus 12.
So,
anyway.
what I'm reading is it's a ranged spell attack because it has a range. Like it's not.
Make a melee spell attack against each target.
Yeah, I
Within the
understand
range
that,
of
but it's
6
still
feet.
a ranged. It's still ranged. So that's affected by the range rules, which are a separate rule on top of it. You know what I'm saying?
To be fair, not particularly bothered. I'm gonna roll it anyway.
All right.
So I'm gonna get that one out of the way. This is first, just to 15 plus 12. Will that work
On that one.
on the prone one?
27 to
Okay.
hit.
Okay.
And that was
So
with
that's one.
disadvantage.
That was disadvantage.
Okay.
I rolled a
no
17
worries.
and a 15.
I mean, they don't have
and
a high
then I'm-
AC anyway, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll them all then and tell you what it looks. Because I don't really care what order you pick, so you can pick the chosen order of the enemy against Thyra.
It doesn't
so
actually like matter. Yeah, I guess I'll just do them in numerical order. How's that for simplicity's sake?
Yeah, 17 to hit total.
Round number 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, another 17 to hit
Round 3.
Uh-huh.
for the 18
I'll
to hit.
simplify things for you. The ghast's target is a 14. The ghouls are a target of 13.
Okay.
Because you've been in combat with these things enough time now to kind of get a feel for what their
Okay.
AC is. It's low.
Yeah, last one is a 14 on the die, so they all hit. My question, though, I will ask is, in the wording, it says on a hit, a target takes 6d10 force damage. Is
Yeah.
this like where I roll the damage and it's then roll them, or is it each one gets a different roll of 6d10? That I
For
don't know.
simplicity's sake, we can do one roll. Since
One
it'd
roll
be a
and
pain
then
in the ass to roll it 5 times. Yeah.
I'm cool with that. So what you guys see during Merrik's, I'm gonna go Transcendent. That flickering echo, as it were, you actually see just the faintest shimmer of these massive wings that furl out. There's a pause, and then just snap, 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 snap. And then they all just crash at one time. And then, because I can choose to teleport to an unoccupied space I can see within 5 feet of one of the targets, I'm going to teleport towards the prone one. So I'm going to maintain back towards combat. Because
What's the distance?
so the whole thing is a range of 60 feet. Within 5 feet of the target, one of the targets I hit or missed. So I'm going to stand back practically on top of him. That'll work. Total damage. We've got 10, 20, 38, and 46. 46 damage.
Way to vulture kills.
It's okay if there's like beeline to the big guy.
Well, she hasn't even seen the big guy. She doesn't even know that he's here yet. So, all right, how's that? Is this where you want to be? Like right behind Milo?
Yes.
Okay.
And that will end my turn.
That was on the purple ones, which is... Was the purple ones initiative 2 or 3, Druid? 2.
Two.
It's basically all the ghouls, and now there's only 2 gas left, plus the ghoul lord, right?
No, there's only
Correct.
1 gas left.
1 gas left. Yeah, 1 gas left. Do we have any ghouls left?
No.
No.
They don't.
Okay. All right, it's now the ghoul lord's turn. He hasn't seen what Merrik did, other than he saw him teleport over here. He hasn't seen what he did over here, but he saw what Sindri did over here, so he is going to...
You skipped the gas turn. Did the gas go? It's Merrik, then the gas, then the ghoul lord.
Oh, yeah. There is 1 gas left, isn't there? Yeah, okay. Thanks for saying something. I mean, it takes tries to bite Milo, but fails. And then, now.
Milo's armor class is only a 16.
I rolled a 3.
Oh, okay.
All right, this thing's got a move of 40, so 35 feet. We'll get him right up in Sindri's grill. Sindri, what's your AC, sir?
1 second. 24.
Okay. 24?
Because my
How's
dex
that?
is increased.
Oh, that's right.
Andy's a rock gnome.
Yeah. I thought it
No,
was
the rock gnome doesn't have anything to
22.
do with it. Is it because of your sorcerer
My
origin?
dex, my bracers, and the staff.
Mm.
It's the staff.
And your sorcerer origin?
Yes.
That thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
To be fair, before the staff it was at 23.
Isn't it weird that
All right.
the casters on average have a higher AC?
Yes.
Yeah, that is
Because if we
weird.
get hit, we go down quicker.
Yeah, but it's unusual. Especially,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as unusual in 5e, but in 3.5e, that's very.
Yeah.
So this ghoul lord gets up in your grill, and he makes 3 attacks, not just 1. 2 claws and a bite. First attack. 22 does not get there.
I'm gonna say that I'll automatically shield the bite.
Yeah.
Whether either ways he would use shield on a bite. I'm not getting bitten by that thing.
Yeah. So the second claw attack is a 25. And the bite attack doesn't even come close. He just gnaws at you. So 1 hit with his claw, unless you wanted to use your shield on it.
Yeah,
You would have needed to do it before I moved on to the 3rd attack, but
It's because of the way the thing works, and we've kind of the actual spell says if it hits, you can use shield as a reaction.
right. But you would need to let me know before I move on to that. You want me to back up and re-roll the? I mean, I'll be cool about it.
I said straight away, I'm fine just shielding the bite because I wouldn't want to get bitten.
Okay, gotcha. Well, you don't have to shield the bite though. You only
Yeah,
have
I
to
know.
use the shield if you would be hit. So yeah.
But I see your thoughts, PT. Watching too many moving pictures on the Oracle of the zombies getting
Yep.
turned. Yeah, he's like, I'll take a slash. I'm not going to take a bite, though. I don't want to turn into one. Yeah, I'm with you. Don't look at me like that, Demi.
You can keep that mouth away.
I'm sure Sindri's like, but Shae said to burn everything with fire. Why can't I burn everything with fire?
All right.
Now it's come over here, I can.
So you take 19 slashing damage from the one claw. And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Still haven't cleaned up all my D8.
Oh, you're gonna actually have to make 2 Constitution saving throws. This guy has a paralytic
I
attack.
failed the first one.
What was that?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. First one was a 12.
Okay. And then your second con save.
Second one is an 18.
Okay. So the second one was that you saved is good because you're not now diseased. The first save though, you are paralyzed. You suddenly feel your body lock up, and you see Sindri kind of go like this and then fall over in a heap, almost like a little rigid statue of himself. So you get a new save that you get to repeat at the end of each of your turns.
Okie dokie.
And that was Ghoul Lord's turn. So now we're to Thyra.
I can see the Ghoul Lord now, correct?
Yeah, you saw it go over and claw, bite Sindri, hit him with the claw, and now Sindri's gone paralyzed.
Cool. I would like to use all of my movement and my action.
What is your movement on foot? Are you gonna do it on foot, or are you gonna fly?
I'm gonna fly.
And what is your flight? And then it's still
40 feet.
40? Right. So you, that's 40 feet. You can close the distance if you...
I will use my action to close the distance.
Okay. So in other words, you're gonna action dash?
Correct. I'm going to bonus action Radiant Consumption.
Okay.
I now am glowing.
Yep. And it's a 10-foot radius around you, correct?
Correct.
Oh, you're glowing, and the helm is glowing.
Yes. So lots, like she's lit up
shiny.
like a Tron knight.
Very, very glowy.
God help our paladin friend. Turns around and sees that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
right?
her eyes light up just as much as you're lit up. Like,
She's gonna start
I'm
a cult.
going-
I can just feel it.
I'm going to, I'm gonna action surge,
okay.
and I'm gonna swing. Am I flanking?
No.
No, because he's
Paralyzed.
I've
Sindri's
paralyzed him
paralyzed.
down.
I had to ask.
Oh, yeah, I'd asked. Even knowing the response.
Wow, that's a low. 16 to hit.
So hang on. Hang on a sec.
Oh, breeze. If I lift that up, you should be able to feel it tune a bit.
All right. 16 does not hit.
Second attack.
Okay.
Even lowish. So, never mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Don't you
rolled
have
a 3.
like a plus 12 or 13 to hit?
I have a plus 13. My first roll was a 3. My second roll was a 2.
Oh, that sucks balls. I'm sorry.
At least it wasn't a 1.
Yeah, at least it wasn't a 1. That's true. Yeah.
Both of us led down next to him.
But, Sindri, don't forget when you roll your saving throw, because you're with...
Not within 10 feet.
Nah, not within 10 feet yet. Never mind. Can I scooch on closer to Sindri so he's within 10 feet? I still have movement.
Now, so action surge doesn't give you additional movement.
No, but I didn't use all of my move for my action movement.
So technically you are within 10 feet of him.
Okay.
Okay.
You're a
as long as
large
I'm within
model,
10
so technically you take up all of these spaces. So
as long as I'm within 10 feet of Sindri, I will end my turn.
okay. Now it's Avery's turn.
Avery feeling okay?
She's all like, she sees that she sees you glowing, double glowing, and like her eyes light up, and she's like, by the primordials, tear those evil beasties up. She gets all fired up, and she's gonna she realizes this guy's more of a threat than this guy, and that, you know, there's a lion drake and Shae in between her and it. So she is going to. She still wants to stay close to her, you know, the person she's guarding. So she's gonna move over here. Yeah. And she of course moves through your rating consumption, but you designate, you know, you've designated her internally as a friend. So and so she is, and honestly, even if you hadn't, she wouldn't care. She'd be like, oh yeah, hit me with that divine light. And
yes, they would.
She's gonna take a thwack at that guy.
Hey.
Actually, two. Thank you. They are gonna. Wow, that's definitely a hit, and definitely a miss.
That's a big piece of BT she had there. That was a big piece of BT.
I know.
It was a banana. Sorry.
He's lucky that I didn't take a picture of their kid.
Where was that? This one?
Oh my goodness, Happy. Why are you so lovely? Why are you so lovely?
In a dark corner of the outside world.
What are you looking for?
Don't stop the breeze.
Gotcha. Nothing.
We're definitely getting the storm.
Just trying to figure out how much damage she's gonna do.
He smells like a strawberry banana milkshake right now.
So, fresh from my memory, the Divine Smite, if you do like a first level Divine Smite, it adds an additional what? Radiant?
2d8 radiant
2d8 per?
level. So it's first level, it's 2d8 radiant damage, and if you do a third level, it's 3d8.
Right. No, yeah, I just meant like so. And the initial one is a 2d8.
Correct.
Yes.
Right.
Well, first level spell spot is 2d8.
Right. That's what I was asking. So 9. All right. She pounds it for 19 points of damage. No, wait. 20. That was the bottom of the round. Top of the round, Shae.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Ugly. Makes way over to this one.
Poor little Gast.
Mr. Ugly.
He is the Gast.
Can
if you
I
would say
actually-
such a thing to him.
Can I actually make my way behind him to get a flank?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Okay, for Shay's first attack. That's a 16 on the die.
Yep.
Second attack. That's another 16 on the die.
Yeah.
Third attack. That's a 10 on the die plus 9.
Yep.
Bonus action, offhand. That's
Look
a
at the
14
bird.
on the die.
Jesus.
14, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you need for the Gast.
So that's
What's your minimum damage?
well, since I hit 4 times, that's 15, 19 plus whatever I roll.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. If you roll really low, it could not work.
Let's see, it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, so 39.
It's enough. He was uninjured, but he's super injured now. Redeaded.
Milo, keep watch to make sure nothing else comes out and surprises us. And that's it for Shae and Milo.
Alrighty. He's gonna interpret that by kind of flying up just a little bit and plopping down right here so that he can see both doors. And then number 2, they're gone. Number 3, you're gone. Number 4 is Sindri. Sindri, roll me another Constitution saving throw.
Add an additional +4.
17.
Oh.
All right, you got it there this time. So you are no longer paralyzed. That was at the end of your turn. So.
Yep.
Merrik.
Question.
Yeah.
How tall is this building? Like, how high is the
Yeah,
ceiling?
it's like a cathedral, so it's a good like 40 feet up to the but it's arched, so it depends on where you're talking about. Like the way the roof, the way it's drawn, see how that curve goes out. Well, the on the outskirts, on those edges, it goes up 30 feet, and then into the cathedral, it's another 10 feet up. So.
Okay. We're gonna just give this a try. I feel fun. Who knows? I'm gonna drop the concentration on and
drop concentration on what? You cut out a second.
the elemental infusion.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Because I'm gonna do a different concentration spell. And I'm gonna cast Arcane Hand. He's within 120 feet, and when I cast it, I'm gonna pick the Forceful Hand.
Is that big hand that we use this model for?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or is that big B? Big B's. Yeah.
So Arcane Hand and Big B's hand are the same thing. They're just
right.
different named.
I'm assuming you're going to put it here.
Or actually, you know what? I know Merrik would understand this. This is more of a player question. When it says push a creature within 5 feet in a direction I choose, can that direction be up? It has a strength of 26.
Let me look at the spell again.
If not, that's okay. I'm still casting the spell. I just want to make sure I know what I'm going to do, because if that's not the direction I'm going to go, there's a different direction I'm going to go.
And you're using which version?
I was going to go with Forceful Hand, which is the attempt to push the creature.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm from like the way I'm pretty sure that the spell is meant to be like you can only push it in a direction that the hand exists in, and it doesn't exist underneath it. So it can't really, because that would be grabbing it, and that would be the grasping hand to take it up, right? So
yeah, I guess. Because when I look at grasping hand, that's grappling.
Well, but yeah, you can't push something up if you're not underneath it, right?
That's fine. I'll just switch to telekinesis and then do the same thing.
All right, so you're not casting the hand. You're casting
I'm gonna
telekinesis.
use telekinesis. I want him to go vertical, and it's gonna accomplish the same thing.
I thought you said you had a different idea with the hand, but okay.
I did, but I
You've pivoted. It's okay.
Technically speaking, I can't push him into the wall and cause damage, even though that would be really fun. So I'd rather pull him into the air and drop him.
Well, you can't really push him into the wall at all because there's people in the way. You'd be pushing your own teammates, so.
There's a nice gap to his right. I digress. There's nothing above him.
I understand what you're saying. Like, you can't make the hand over here. You can do your telekinesis, that's not an issue. I'm just saying, if you wanted to push with the hand, you can't put the hand in any of these spots because of its size. It would only be able to fit here. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be difficult for you, buddy. It's
I gotcha. Okay. In reading the spell description, the hand does not fill its space. So, either way, I'm just going to switch to telekinesis.
Doesn't fill its space.
Correct.
Doesn't make any goddamn sense. Let me see what people. I'm just curious now to understand
it's like an ethereal hand. Is that?
Well, if it's ethereal, then it can't interact. It's not a force hand.
No, I'm just saying it's like an ethereal hand, as in.
Yeah.
That's what we would see and feel, and then it makes an attack. Is when it becomes physical. This is me trying to suss it out, not me trying to explain. Look, Stormy's hair is red. Give me some of that draft.
Because it doesn't make sense that to me that they give it an AC and hit points that you can target it. So it doesn't make sense that it can't fill its space. It's very contradictory right there.
That's fair. Which is in part why I'm fine with just using telekinesis, because it's not restricted by that. The difference is it doesn't have a like an AC or strength. However, it's up to 1,000 pounds, so that won't really matter. I can try to move a huge or small creature. This is with telekinesis.
Hang on a second. Hang on. I'm just trying to finish on this particular topic, just so for the future reference we can figure it out and suss it out. I think this one.
Stretchy dog.
I mean, I guess I can envision that. Yeah, somebody did ask this before. There was actually a discussion on it, and it goes a little bit more in depth, but one of the responders ended up being just as confused about it, because effectively it's saying it doesn't take up the whole 2x2 square that a large creature would, right? But it's just so contradictory to the fact that you can attack it as a large creature, because then if it's not taking up the whole square, yet I'm gonna have to just house rule the last part about it not being able to take up the square, because then if you think about it, if it doesn't take up all 4 squares, then it can't be attacked properly by something that's next to it, because that thing would actually be 1 square away from it, right? If it's only in a 5x5 square, so that just completely breaks the geometry. So any rate, yeah, go ahead and do your telekinesis. I believe it gets a saving throw.
So it's a contested ability. So I make an ability check with your spellcasting ability contested by the creature's strength check. So I would just be rolling straight intelligence. D20 plus my modifier, correct? For my spellcasting ability.
Yeah, it's going to be your spellcasting ability
versus,
and then it gets to make a strength check.
Yep.
Thanks for the sub, MCR music.
What was that, bud?
I said thanks for the sub, MCR music, because you guys were in
wow!
conversation.
Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you for the subby. Yeah, telekinesis is perfect for what you're wanting to do, which makes sense in my mind too, because it basically says you can move them 30 feet in any direction, including upward, but obviously you can't move them 30 feet down into the ground. But the creature, let's see, until the end of your turn, the creature is restrained in your telekinetic grip as long as it fails the strength check. And your ability modifier, spellcasting ability contested by. All right, so go ahead and roll it. Tell me what you get.
24.
I rolled a 2, so it doesn't matter what sort of bonuses it had. It wasn't going to get there. So you get to fling it 30 feet in any direction.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
So my question is this: because it isn't moving willingly out of. Nobody gets an opportunity to attack because I am moving it?
Correct.
Or, okay, because I feel that would be kind of grimy if I just kept moving things out of threatened range. Yeah. However, cheese grating them on spike growth would be fine because that's a static object or spell. Anyway,
that's pretty clever. I like cheese grating him on a spike growth. I like that.
Yeah. So Merrik is just gonna do this for fun. Like, this is a waste of resource, but purely because he's like, I can do this, right? And very akin to in Solo, Jinru just flung up one of the orcs like into the air. I'm gonna drag him up the full 30 feet, but then I'm just gonna drop concentration.
Okay.
And let him hurtle down.
He's gonna take.
So he's gonna
3d6 falling damage.
Yep.
He's gonna basically drop in the same spot right there.
That's fine.
I'm gonna let you roll the damage if you want.
Oh, okay. You said 3d6.
Yeah. This is from your spell. Even though technically it's from my gravity, it's...
No, I gotcha.
My gravity.
You don't like my roll, Stormy. Feel free to roll again. I'm just kidding.
I am gonna also... he's gonna be prone, of course, when he...
Cool.
Yeah.
That's just gonna be 10 points.
Okay.
Sir Isaac Stormy.
Yeah, I just 100%. Merrick's just like, and just watch it. And he's a bit more stunned at just like what he did and what happened that he's just gonna. That works surprisingly well.
That's
But
weird.
since
It keeps cutting out again.
I'm hearing it too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I am talking a bit louder than I normally am.
I think
I will
it's...
be honest.
I don't think it's audio. I think it's just internet.
oh.
It's just Discord.
Actually, nope. Voice Mod had an update and it now has included a noise gate that was on that I didn't have before.
I hate it when updates activate features without your permission.
And I have been talking louder than I normally do. But anyway, yeah, he's just gonna fling him up. Now, understanding dropping him, I would have to drop concentration, so I'm gonna drop the concentration on it, even though I know it's a wasted resource. Just there you go.
Oh my god.
Gotcha.
Now, melees
All right.
can just
Because you could
advantage his
technically
ass.
just suspend him in the air. You know that, right? You can just hold him in the air, and to me, it would be like everybody's attacking him as prone, so everybody would have advantage on attacking him.
Merrick hasn't thought of that.
Fair enough. This is his first time using it, so
Telekinesis, yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
he's experimenting
and-
and playing. Yeah, I get it. All right.
yeah. At this point, this thing is no longer really that much of a given, like how many of us there are. So he's like, here,
All right.
just to see.
It is its turn now, so I believe,
was
right?
it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's going to use its move to stand up,
Damn it.
and it's surrounded by 3 targets, so it's going to attempt to claw, bite. Thyra claw, Avery claw, Sindri bite.
Can I shield while
Avery-
I'm led on the floor? Can I shield while I'm led on the floor?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot you
it's
are
a reaction.
prone because you were. Well, no, you did it at the end of your round, so you're technically still prone because you were paralyzed. Yeah. But yeah,
And
you can
Avery's
shield even if you're prone.
And
Okay.
Avery's within 5 feet of me, right?
Yes, she is.
I'm gonna use my reaction to get an imposed disadvantage on his attack against Avery.
All right. I'm gonna attack you first. 25 will get there. Against Avery, disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Well, that saved Sindri because it
Is it a one?
fumbled because of your
Nice.
disadvantage.
Heck yeah.
Let's see what
Fumble,
its
fumble.
fumble does. It twisted its ankle and now it moves at half speed. That was a kind of a non-burger a little bit. All right.
I mean, you could arguably say that he may have snapped his shin on the way down.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is a lingering that he didn't realize.
Twisted his ankle and now, yeah. Let's see. So this was a claw that hit her, 46 plus 4. I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws for me, please.
First one is 18.
Succeeds.
And my second. $27.
I mean, okay. You take 22 points of slashing damage. You're not paralyzed or diseased. Actually, as a paladin, don't you have immunity to disease anyway? Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't have to roll that second one. Anywho, now it's your turn.
You said 22 points of damage?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to swing. 18 on the die for my first attack.
Yep.
My second attack was a 1.
Oh.
I'm gonna Divine Smite with my first attack, though.
Fair enough.
At second level.
Okay.
Also enlarged. 16. $35.
35 damage.
35 points of damage.
Nice. All right.
Wait. Yeah, 35. All right, what's my fumble?
It's ready. Your rating consumption is the end of your turn.
Correct.
So if you're ending your turn, roll the damage.
It's 4 points of radiant damage. It's equal to my
Oh right, it's not a roll, right? Gotcha. All right. And then I believe we indicated that we're doing the helmet on their turn, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. That way we can keep them separate. So for your fumble, it'll be kind of interesting. Something happens that that shocks and it not shocks. It surprises you, but is kind of cool. You fall, drop your primary weapon, and you need to roll a dex save or be stunned for a round. But what you notice is, when you fall down prone because you screwed up that attack, you feel Raven's Edge leave your hand like you would have dropped it. But suddenly it's not out of your hand anymore. And so now you can write down an additional ability from Raven's Edge that he's sort of figuring out for you, is that you can't fumble it. I mean, you can fumble, but you can't ever drop your weapon. It can't be. It also means that it can't be. I think sundering is what it's called. Maybe that's 3.5. I don't know. Anyway, you can't be disarmed. So.
What saving throw am I making?
Dexterity saving throw.
$24.
All right, yeah, you're not stunned, but you do fall prone. Okie dokie.
That's my turn.
Avery. I forgot last turn on her turn, on his, the husk kind of moves over into the corner and turns into a rock, or a Yeah, piece of debris. A clump of debris. So Avery is now going to basically just take a couple of swings at it. That's an nat 20.
Let's go.
The second one's a miss, but so she's gonna make that a smite.
Makes sense.
What level? One.
Just first level. She's trying to conserve her resources for now. So that's so. Wow, she does 46 points of damage on that critted smite. And that's enough. She cleaves the Ghoul Lord's head in two. And then goes to help you up, stand up.
And by that time, now I will drop all my stuff.
I figured.
He goes over and stands in front of the rock. That is Frederick.
Looking at it or away from it?
Well, she's really curious about how he turns into a rock, so she's just like, "Are you a rock gnome too?"
Okay. All right. Milo comes flittering back to your shoulder and back in his regular form. Well, or his kitty form anyway. That's his favorite form, even though it's not his technically core form. All right, so you seem to have, you all don't hear any more scampering, the pitter patter of little ghoul feet anywhere in the place. It's still, hear creepy breeze whistling through the holes of the place and the open doors. And there's still more of this place you have not explored, but you have defeated the pincer attack trap set by the Ghoul Lord and his ghouls and ghasts. What do you guys do next?
Stand up.
What'd you say? Hamburger?
Stand up.
And
Hamburgers sound good. It's your choice.
what?
I
Oh,
said,
stand
hamburgers
up.
sound
Now I
good,
finally
but
got
it's
it,
your
yeah.
choice.
Yeah, Avery would have come over and helped you up too.
Is now a good time for us to take a break?
Oh yeah, this is a perfect time since we got to wrap up at 7 tonight. Yeah.
Shay would ask Mr. Sindri if he could fireball all the dead bodies. That would be great.
Definitely.
I think we
Merrik
need to
is-
get Thyra to decapitate all of them. Seeing as I'm not allowed to use fire in here.
Merrik is. I'm just gonna start just pop shotting each one with the firebolt. He's just gonna snap, and it's very much like that.
So your
full
character does
literal-
know that he's been ordered to protect this place and not accidentally burn it down, right?
Yeah. It's because of the conversation before we went into there that I wouldn't be able to use fireball.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
'Cause you could
he's
miss.
making a point. Yeah, but he's making the point of, no fire. If I'm not allowed to use fire, I'm the battle, I'm not using fire now.
I'm gonna drag
that's
the
what you do.
corpses outside. I'm gonna drag them outside and burn them.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now if we do that, then yes,
definitely
Mr.
not big
Sindri,
enough for
you could use your flames.
All right. So
Outside, that's fine.
all right. So apparently, just before you guys even look in other places, you're gonna drag the bodies out, and use firebolt to set them on fire.
Yeah, isn't this an open, like immediately to, from my perspective, the alt as you're staring at it, this outside.
Water.
I'm sorry, you cut out some. Say again. Is this what?
So as you're staring at it from your perspective, Stormy, the altar to the right of that, next to your right hand, does that lead outside?
Yeah, so there's a crumbled wall that's partially open, but that's it. The lake has encroached into this spot right here.
Okay, never mind. Gotcha. Either way, they're going outside and getting burned.
Yeah, so you guys drag the bodies basically out to the front. With everybody helping, it shouldn't take too long. And you take the time to burn them. Okay.
Shae decides not to leave offerings for these ones.
Fair enough.
All right, be back.
And we take a break.
Yes, sirs.
Alrighty.
Okey-dokey.
All right, guys, enjoy the break. Go grab some water and some foods and tea and stuff, and we'll be back in just a little bit.
Over their picture on Discord.
Oh, it's only over your own picture. You see it on. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's gone.
This is the most unconventional D&D stream on Twitch.
The mouse.
How to distract the streamers? Mouse. Oh, he's like my perfect kind of weird. I really like him. I feel like he's the kind of person that would tell water it's okay to pee on the tree. And that feels very important to me for some reason. My hair is so heavy today.
You did wash it. It's full of water.
I know.
So stretch, right? Stretch, 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 stretch.
Oh.
Fencers pose.
Oh, okay, now you're showing off. Don't do that. I can't touch my toes.
That is, she can do standing mermaid on one side.
Oh, standing mermaid? Let's see if I can do it in jeans.
Okay.
Foot into elbow. Connect the fingers.
Quick save, quick.
Okay, cool.
It also sometimes does this sound, this random thing. It just happens from time to time. I think it has to do with some sort of decondensation or something. I don't know. It's really weird. I swear to God, it sounds like an army of masturbating gnomes.
Oh, are you sure they have squirrels, Tony?
What?
Are you sure they're not masturbating squirrels?
No, I'm
Like,
pretty
on
sure
my
they're.
affiliate stream?
I'm pretty sure they're no.
You know, just a.
It does. It's just this sound. It's this weird sound. You've proven time and again that your eccentricities are beneficial to not only yourselves, but to the guild and to the land in general. So.
We are so special that he pulled out the dictionary for us. He used big words.
And the day had come. The party was ready to begin their fights in the arena against the number 2 ranked guild. Here they are, up against them. The name, the Loam Riders. Will they defeat them? Will they be beaten by them? And such it went. The battle began. It looked like it was fairly even, but it was not. Soon, 2 party members were down, and the cliffhanger had begun. And You guys are awesome.
Fight me. Let's go.
All right, we're going.
I did it too.
You did it too. Yeah. We're gonna go chat dance. Here we go.
Oh man.
Kids like. To me, is this wonderful? Wait, that's not how you do it. How do you do it? I screwed it up. I can't. Oh yeah, it's this way.
It's called the dab. You need to do it correctly.
Oh.
I'm still doing it wrong.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you take it away there. It's StarKitty.
You forgot to hit play.
Okay.
And we're gonna add cinnamon and a little
The
extra.
character, she wants pancakes now. Thank you.
There's only one way I'll accept pancakes. Stormy's got to wear the outfit. It's canon. It's the only way I think any one of us can enjoy them.
Later. You soon? So, you guys find yourself that evening dabbing at the inn. No. You find
That
yourselves.
is what Emmeline is doing. She's
Yeah.
dabbing from side to side on the stage.
Oh, he's pretty cool.
Okay.
My Chonkapillar.
Chonkapillar's ass liked it.
The butt.
Chonka butter.
It's a little tiny like X over.
A little anime X for his little bunghole.
The ability to control those undead.
Oh, that's right, because you did that before Bunky inseminated us.
Alright, and the Bob Ross moment has ended.
Eating my butt, freaking chair. And that deep-throated person over there, the one with the green hair, just kidding.
We were going down ha-ha.
Oh, I didn't mean like that deep. I meant like deep sounding voice. Oops.
Deep what?
He's got a deep voice, guys. That's what I was trying to say. It's true.
Yeah.
Do you have a very deep voice?
I know I do.
It doesn't frustrate you because it's something you can focus your mind on and to help you. I'm going to use the P word, to help you process what you went through. Are you clipping it?
Everyone, get some rest. We'll discuss this later, after I've had some time to think.
It's
And
a lot to
process.
process.
Everything.
Got 3 good clips so far. I'm processing the rest. What a dick! You snuck it in there. You got me to say it. Looks like you have a question, Fern.
Is it the same color, the same blue glow?
Yes.
Now, I think if you scroll over their picture on Discord.
Oh, it's only over your own picture. You see it on. Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is the most unconventional D&D stream on Twitch.
The mouse.
How to distract the streamers? Mouse. Oh, he's like my perfect kind of weird. I really like him. I feel like he's the kind of person that would tell Guar it's okay to pee on the tree. And that feels very important to me for some reason. My hair is so heavy today.
Well, you did wash it. It's full of water.
I know.
So stretch, right? Stretch, 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 stretch.
Oh.
Hamster's pose.
Oh, okay, now you're showing off. Don't do that. I can't touch my toes.
That is, she can do standing mermaid on one side.
Oh, standing mermaid? Let's see if I can do it in jeans.
Okay.
Foot into elbow.
connect the fingers.
Quick save, quick.
Okay, cool.
It also sometimes does this sound, this random thing. It just happens from time to time. I think it has to do with some sort of decondensation or something. I don't know. It's really weird. But I swear to God, it sounds like an army of masturbating gnomes.
Are you sure they're squirrels, Stormy?
What?
Are you sure they're not masturbating squirrels?
No, I'm pretty sure they're. I'm pretty sure they're no.
You know, just a.
It does. It's just this sound. It's this weird sound. But you've proven time and again that your eccentricities are beneficial to not only yourselves, but to the guild and to the land in general. So.
We are so special that he pulled out the dictionary for us. He used big words.
And the day had come. The party was ready to begin their fights in the arena against the number 2 ranked guild. Here they are, up against them. The name, the Loam Riders. Will they defeat them? Will they be beaten by them? And such it went. The battle began. It looked like it was fairly even, but it was not. Soon, 2 party members were down, and the cliffhanger had begun. And you guys are awesome.
Fight me. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna.
I did it too.
You did it too. Yeah. We're gonna go chat dance. Here we go. Oh man. Kids like. To me, is this wonderful? Wait, that's not how you do it. How do you do it? I screwed it up. I can't. Oh yeah, it's this way.
It's called the dab. You need to do it correctly.
I'm still doing it wrong.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you take it away there. itsStarKitty.
You forgot to hit play.
Okay.
And we're gonna add cinnamon and a little
The character, she wants pancakes now. Thank you.
There's only one way I'll accept pancakes. Stormy's got to wear the outfit. It's canon. It's the only way I think any one of us can enjoy them.
Later. You soon. So, you guys find yourself that evening dabbing at the inn. No. You find
That
yourselves.
is what Emmeline is doing. She's dabbing from side to side on the stage.
Oh, he's pretty cool.
Okay.
My Chonkapillar is
Chonkapillar's ass liked him.
The butt.
Chonka butter.
It's a little tiny, like, excellent.
A little anime X for his little bunghole.
The ability to control those undead.
Oh, that's right, because you did that before Bunky inseminated us.
Alright, and the Bob Ross moment
Stop
ended.
eating my butt. Freaking chair. And that deep-throated person over there, the one with the green hair. Just kidding.
We were going down ha-ha.
Oh, I didn't mean like that deep. I meant like deep-sounding voice. Oops.
Deep what?
He's got a deep voice, guys. That's what I was trying to say. It's true.
Yeah.
Do you have a very deep voice?
I know I do.
It doesn't frustrate you because it's something you can focus your mind on and to help you I'm going to use the P word, to help you process what you went through. Are you clipping it?
Everyone, get some rest. We'll discuss this later, after I've had some time to think.
It's
And
a lot
process.
to process.
Everything.
Got 3 good clips so far. I'm processing the rest. What a dick! You snuck it in there. You got me to say it. Looks like you have a question, Fern.
Is it the same color, the same blue glow?
Yes.
No, I think if you scroll over their picture on Discord.
Oh, it's only over your own picture. You see it on. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's gone.
This is the most unconventional D&D stream on Twitch.
The mouse.
How to distract the streamers? Mouse. Oh, he's like my perfect kind of weird. I really like him. I feel like he's the kind of person that would tell Guar it's okay to pee on the tree. And that feels very important to me for some reason. My hair is so heavy today.
Well, you did wash it. It's full of water.
I know.
So stretch, right? Stretch, 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 stretch.
Oh.
Fencer's pose.
Oh, okay, now you're showing off. Don't do that. I can't touch my toes.
That is, she can do standing mermaid on one side.
Oh, standing mermaid? Let's see if I can do it in jeans.
Okay.
Foot into elbow. Connect the fingers.
Quick save, quick.
Okay, cool.
It also sometimes does this sound, this random thing. It just happens from time to time. I think it has to do with some sort of decondensation or something. I don't know. It's really weird. But I swear to God, it sounds like an army of masturbating gnomes.
Are you sure they're squirrels, Stormy?
What?
Are you sure they're not masturbating squirrels?
No, I'm
Like
pretty
on
sure
my
they're.
affiliate
I'm
stream?
pretty sure they're gnomes.
You know, just a.
It does. It's just this sound. It's this weird sound. But you've proven time and again that your eccentricities are beneficial to not only yourselves, but to the guild and to the land in general. So.
We are so special that he pulled out the dictionary for us. He used big words.
And the day had come. The party was ready to begin their fights in the arena against the number 2 ranked guild. Here they are, up against them. The name, the Loam Riders. Will they defeat them? Will they be beaten by them? And such it went. The battle began. It looked like it was fairly even, but it was not. Soon, 2 party members were down, and the cliffhanger had begun. And you guys are awesome.
Fight me. Let's go.
All right, we're going.
I did it too.
You did it too. Yeah. We're gonna go chat dance. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Kids like. To me, is this wonderful? Wait, that's not how you do it. How do you do it? I screwed it up. I can't. Oh yeah, it's this way.
It's called the dab. You need to do it correctly.
Oh.
I'm.
I thought it was the knights who say me.
It is. So you all are standing in the cathedral. You've cleared it out of the bodies of the ghouls, burned them, And little Frederick pops his head out of his cloak, so for a brief moment it doesn't look like a rock. He says, "Creature's now gone? Ready, safe?"
All dead. We think.
Explore all building now?
Okay,
Sounds like a
volunteers to
plan.
go scouting.
Cautious, be. More still could.
That's a good shout. Shae, are you able to do more of your sense thing?
Shae plops down and she does it.
Using up another personal spell slot. All right. So you were shocked because as soon as she goes into it, she's like, she almost gets this kind of shiver through her spine because of her proximity to what she experiences. It's super weird. You could obviously, I mean, you haven't checked other rooms at this level, but you don't see any, you literally dragged all the bodies out. You don't hear any of them coming around the corners. You still have some doorways to look through and stuff, but you practically sense like you're surrounded by them. It's almost, but then you kind of really realize that it's just because they're so potent and there's so many of them and that they are underneath you. Like you can't even begin to fathom. It's like there's a mass amount of them. It's hard. Like it's such a powerful. Like imagine if each one was like a little glowing red dot. They're all like amassed together in such a degree that it's like the whole
It's just a big red
facility is one giant blob of red.
Okay. So as that happens, you all see Shae come out of her little thing, and she just starts gasping and backing up towards a wall and everything, and she's just kind of like, oh my god, my hugs.
He begins, kneading you, like cats do to come to comfort you.
She's just kind of sitting there going, they're all around us. They're in the ground. They're everywhere.
Well.
So at that point, the Frederick says, "Still that many more? Large nest, larger than expected."
You said below us?
Shae shakes her head vigorously.
Merrik, question.
Yeah.
You're probably more likely to know this than me. If we find like an opening that goes underneath here, if I used like tidal wave or something to flood it and then you hit it with a lightning bolt, is that potentially going to cause any damage to the building itself?
Roll me a arcane knowledge check.
26.
You don't think that lightning running through a large body of water would have any like detrimental effects to the foundational structure of the building.
Sneaky druid.
Yeah.
Druid's turned into a bird.
Speaking of, oh wow.
What's up, monkey?
I mean, not particularly. I mean, there is a potential for, some types of damage, but probably not nearly as structurally damaging as using hot. That's a
I was thinking it might be a way to preemptively clear some room while we suss out what we're doing.
At the same time, it might not be a bad idea if they start funneling through a narrow corridor. Lining up is not particularly the smartest thing for them to do.
Well, I mean, we've got to find the opening, but then we could technically use fire, and they would have to run through it to get to us.
Depends on what the structure underground looks like.
Yeah.
But,
And we're
much like you
still-
said, we would have to find it first, so... Shae?
Yes.
Uh,
Just petting Milo, like trying to calm
Yeah.
down.
I know you know I'm rather impressed with your abilities to find things, and especially now with your ability to detect these undead in a way. And just making sure, because I don't know how it works in the same way you do, but are you sure it's not just the feeling of this desecrated that is triggering your undead, as if the land itself is undead? Or are you very confident that they are multiple individual entities below us?
Go ahead. I'm just turning this off.
It feels like there's multiples upon multiples around us. Shay's never felt this like overwhelming feeling.
Okay. Frederick?
Asking Frederick a question.
Oh, who?
Merrik.
What?
Are you familiar with the layout of this abbey? Have you been here before?
Been here? No. Very old. Me new.
Okay. Never mind then. Well, where do we go next? Not to be...
Are you asking him or asking the group?
I'm asking the group. Not to be that one, but I do feel that we should probably be flanked front and back by the paladins, given the adversity to your divine nature.
I'm happy to lead the way.
Avery says, I think that's perfect. I will, that way I can stay behind in the back and protect Mr. Frederick the 42nd.
Excellent.
Has anyone peeked through the doorways where the creatures came through over there and pincered us?
I imagine, Thyra, you had the best vantage point through the door. There were a lot of them, and you're quite large at times.
Actually, also from where you're standing, you should be able to see pretty well too. But you guys want to go take a peek?
Wait, through what door? That door's closed right there, right?
No, that door's open.
Stuff came out of this door as well.
Yeah, this door and this door is where
Oh,
they
that
poured
door's
out.
now open? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgets.
Yeah, they don't show as open, but yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So do you guys want to go take a peek? Who's taking a peek? Thyra?
Thyra's gonna go take a peek at that door.
And taking her, kind of being inspired by her, Avery will come take a peek through this door. And I'm gonna draw you the rest of what you see. By the way, are you guys cool with this scene, or do you need me to do the bigger one?
We're good to the
For
bigger
right
one, just in
now,
case.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Might as
just
well.
because I can't click over to the map cam.
All right. Oh, guys, I rolled a 4 in initiative.
You-
I saw it, and I had to.
Man, don't act like you're stuck.
my
You're not
little
stuck.
toe. Not my little toe, but my little toe.
You're sleeping. Take a nap. Take a nap.
That's the same fight that Boo's doing.
She's just sitting there. She's showing all signs that she's ready for a nap, and she's just refusing.
He's like a little kid who's like, I must be where all the action's at, but I'm too tired.
Yeah. I want to be where the people are.
So
Please don't
what you
put that on
see
the computer.
is an atrium, a very large, open to the air atrium with some.
I want one of those.
Said
You
she
want an
wants one of
atrium?
those.
I
Some
just want a big. Yeah.
dead. I'm showing them as if they're live, but they're. I guess I need to really draw them like they're dead. Oh, you know what? I just realized. I just remembered. I have trees. They're not dead, but that's all right.
Tree Meister.
I'm king of the trees, the tree meister. Don't tell them. Lighthouses rule. You don't like the lighthouse? You suck. Mr. Balloon. Mr. Balloon Hands. Mr. Nuts. Mr. Clementine. If anybody from that side to go to him. Bullshit. Mr. Wall.
Twist up.
It's the fucking favorite video ever. I think nothing beats that video. Just take a nap.
Yeah, we'll make them evergreens. That way, it makes sense that they're still around. And they're also smaller. In the four corners, roughly, not exactly in the corners, but like. There's some basically barely hanging on, evergreen trees in the four corners of this atrium. In the center is a well. You can tell that the framing structure that used to be above it that would hold the bucket and the trench wheel or whatever has been collapsed long ago. And you notice like the mound around it, it's almost like the dirt and rock has been like built up and is a mass of old rotted flesh but like it's like old mummified flesh and dirt and rock in a way that looks like a kind of like a, I don't know, a zit that's been popped, if that makes sense, except it's all gray looking. And are you guys listening?
Yeah.
All right. And so I just want you to imagine sort of like the whole of some sort of, it's been kind of overgrown with some sort of corruption, right? But not like something that grew out of it. it's kind of hard to tell unless you inspect it up close. But yeah, just imagine that it's now just a dark hole with this mound kind of surrounding it. And there are also several doors. Obviously, one of the doors, leads to the hallway that you entered into. And then those other doors, you have no idea where they go. And of course, you haven't checked this room in the back of the cathedral at all, where the organ is at. I forgot to draw the organ, but there's like a old broken organ over here. But perhaps that could be checked out at another time. Right now, what draws your attention, as soon as you both poke your head around the doors to peek over at this old corrupted well with the crumbling stone around it and built up mound, just peeking its head out with its claws up, the glowing red eyes of one of those ghouls is just sort of like eyeing you, just like it's clinging to the edge of it. And as soon as you kind of eye it, it pokes its head back down.
Through Raven's Edge,
Mm-hmm.
Thyra's gonna say,
I think we discovered the entranceway.
I'll start moving over towards Thyra, not knowing that the two doors are connected yet.
With what I can see, I'm just gonna walk up behind Avery. I can, yeah.
Frederick's gonna come up, stick with Avery like he's been told to. Where are you guys
I'll go to the closest door.
Okay. You peer around the corner and check in. And yeah, it looks creepy, like something out of a horror movie.
through Raven's Edge,
when I looked through the door, I saw a ghoul poking
I
its
know
head
you're trying to
out
RP. I can't hear you. Can you speak up?
I saw a ghoul poking its head out of the well.
It definitely looks like the entrance to a nest.
So when you all say that, you hear through Raven's Edge in the head, because you guys had looped him in, right? I think you had said, he says, this head talk weird, but try get used. And that's all. He doesn't finish the sentence. He says, that looks scary. Investigate, yes. Careful, yes. Supposedly entrance to basement somewhere, though.
I think we should check out the rest of this abbey first before we try to fully investigate.
Wise to leave two people here. Keep an eye on that. Wait, did you tell us one peeked out or not?
I did.
Yeah. So yeah, seeing as one's already clearly can get up this way, it makes sense to leave somebody here at least. And given what we've just gone through, I don't think leaving one person is a great idea.
I'm happy to stay back while you guys continue investigating.
I'm gonna kind of shimmy up and like peek my head in, take a look, and acknowledge that there's multiple doors that lead to
what?
Other spaces. Okay. I don't know what's beyond the door.
So Raven's Edge pipes in at this point and says, Miss Thyra, I support you in whatever you decide, but I don't like the idea of you remaining here by yourself, or even splitting the party.
then let's make this investigation quick.
So what do you guys want to investigate first?
Thyra's
Okay.
gonna step in, and she's gonna go to the door that's immediately to her left.
Okay, so you want to investigate this door before you go investigate the well?
Might as well.
I'll
Okay.
back her up.
Avery's gonna turn to Frederick and tell him to stick close to me, and then she's gonna come around the corner, and she's gonna say, "Perhaps we should figure out what's up with this strange hole, this well."
Shay's gonna walk in and over to this door and open it just so we have another way out if needed.
Okay, smart play. Merrik.
I'll just walk in and just, yep, right there.
Sindri.
I already said
followed
I'd
me.
back up Thyra.
Okay. Oh, I missed that. Sorry, bud. Okay. So while you guys are so Shae goes over and opens that door, so you have another clear shot out. And Thyra's kind of looking at the rest of the party while she's kind of got her hand on the door or standing next to the door. And Avery is kind of motioning and says in her mind, shall I take a peek down?
No. It doesn't advise against you actually looking into the hole.
Maybe one of the folks who could fly above it and kind of peer down. What do you all think? Avery says that.
Shay would think somebody with really good dark vision should look down there.
Everybody turns and looks right at Shae then.
Well, and or Merrik. I mean,
That's still new.
I would 100% turn around to look at Shae if I was in that position.
No.
Yeah.
Why? Because of her best dark vision. Yeah. But she
Yeah.
doesn't fly.
But Thyra could carry.
But Echo
Yeah.
can just be above and look down.
That's true.
Like, as everyone is like, looking at Shae, I just, Echo. And I'm just gonna have Echo just be, from my perspective, probably about 15 feet, like above the top of the lip of whatever it could be. I don't know how far these things can possibly scale or jump. I know he doesn't have the longest dark vision, but this is the safest space that Merrik is comfortable with Echo going to. And I imagine Echo is intelligent enough to not get closer.
Yeah.
And then just gonna look down.
So he flies over
And,
about 15 feet above it and looks down. And you know how an owl, when they're surprised, you've probably seen videos or something. They go, their eyes get like really big. Like
Yeah.
his eyes get really big, and you feel a sense of like terror come from him. And
I'm gonna warg right into and see it myself.
yeah, so you only get a brief glimpse because he's so terrified that he quickly flies back to you just to be comforted by you. But you get enough of a glimpse to understand why he was terrified. The well probably goes down a good 50 feet. And maybe, about 50 feet. And all along the walls are dozens of ghouls clinging to the wall. And there are holes in the walls with little heads of shiny-eyed ghouls poking their heads out as well. And down at the bottom there, like, it's 50 feet. He has a range of, you said 60 feet for his dark vision. So the well goes down 50 feet, but obviously the ceiling would be 10 feet. It looks like, like he doesn't see all the way to the floor, right? But he sees partial way into whatever's down there. There's a giant pile mummified corpses and bones at the bottom, and just kind of more ghouls like looking up out of the hole. And like I said, at least dozens, if not more, of them.
Is the entire well lined with stone?
Yeah, basically. Mm-hmm. Although, like I said, there are holes along the walls where there appear to be like little
pockets. Yeah, no,
little pockets where these things are congregating. Where did that come from?
Different idea.
Yeah.
I think Fate's got an idea of what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're in the same boat. Through Raven's Edge, Shae?
Yes.
Your concerns are valid. I dare not say more. Yep. Yeah, that is a pit of despair. I'll be honest. Yes. So, yeah, they're clinging to the walls.
Ooh.
I imagine that they can easily climb up out if when we turn our back. So there's a part of me that feels we should deal with the threat before moving on, because as soon as we turn our backs, they'll probably come up. They already know we're here.
Merrik, do you remember that spell idea I had a while back for the torrent of fire?
Perhaps.
Or do you think the initial idea of flood it, fry it?
I think that's a good idea to start. Follow it up with the chain lightning.
I can't do any more chain lightnings, unfortunately. I've only got one of those, and I can't recover that spell slot.
Oh, chain lightning's 6th level, huh?
Yeah, I can't use font to bring it back or the pearl of power.
Gotcha. Okay.
Font caps out at level 5.
I mean, I could hit it hard.
To be specific, it was turning tidal wave into fire.
Yeah, my only concern with that. Yeah, my my only concern is if it doesn't.
So we lost a few words. Say again.
My concern is that they could be on fire after the fact and then crawl on out.
Yep.
If they're not dead. So I think lightning bolts are here. I don't know how widespread it'll get, but it'll surely get a few.
Everyone okay with us making an attempt at that? Or has anyone got any better ideas?
Is everyone okay to get started?
Get started.
Okay.
So what are you gonna do?
As soon as Merrik starts walking towards it, I'll start walking towards it, but not before.
So you guys start walking towards the hole?
In just a sec. Sindri, I would love to be above them. Can you help with that?
Yeah.
Excellent. I would love if you would cast fly so I can then be above and yeet down.
I think that works for both of us, in all honesty.
All right.
Because I can do my thing, get out of the way, and then you can fly in and do your thing.
So, where do you start flying from? We'll say you guys meet in the middle here, and give each other, give the two of you fly. Now, are you gonna? What do you want to inspect the outer part of this weird mound to figure out what it is first, or not?
I'm not inspecting something on the ground, I'll be fair. Not when I know there's a hell of a lot of ghouls straight down.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, from player context, the mound didn't really this is something that needs to be investigated because it's a dilapidated well.
So it's more than just that. Like, I guess I didn't describe it. I was trying to describe it well enough. Yes, it's a dilapidated well, but it looks like it's a combination of mud, like piled up, but now that you're closer, it looks like some sort of weird decaying flesh. And it's almost as if, now that you've got a glimpse down the well, it's almost like these tendrils of this weird gray flesh have kind of clawed their way up. And now that you're looking at it, it's some of the stone isn't stone. It's this weird gray flesh that is tendriling out of the hole and creating this kind of, looks like an anus of hell.
So, question. Thyra's helm radiates that glow, and it also deals damage to radiant damage.
Right.
Is anything sizzling or burning from her helm? Because she's within 30 feet of the hole.
Yeah, she's within 30 feet of the hole, but the light comes from her helmet, right? And so anything that's down to a certain point is going to be,
I get
in
that,
its shadow, so it won't be affected by it.
I'm talking about what you're describing around the well.
Oh, yeah.
React?
Yeah. Is there any reaction from anything around the well?
Right. It seems to be, there are parts of it that seem to sort of sizzle to her light a little bit, but it seems to almost kind of, if you had to guess, it looks resistant to it.
Just making sure there wasn't anything hiding under there that would trigger her helm to go off.
Right.
Yeah. So in realizing this is more of like a fleshy mound, I wouldn't stand close to it. I would just get elevated and then go over it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I get that. I just was making sure that you guys, now that you've kind of taken a closer look, I wanted to describe it. So you guys fly up above. How high up are you going to be?
Probably about the same height as that echo was, about 15 feet above the lip. At least that's where Merrik's going to start.
As soon as you guys fly above the mound, the ghouls that were clinging to the walls quickly duck into all the little cubby holes, and the ones that were peering up disappear into the shadows.
It's okay. Since you see that big old mound down there?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna prod it first.
Okay.
Just from just as a simple little prod, I'm going to cast a chromatic orb and just hurtle it down right at that mass that's on, like at the bottom of whatever.
Is this that refresh my memory? Is chromatic orb
It's a hit.
No, I understand. That's not what I'm asking. Is it a cantrip?
No, it's a first level spell.
Okay, so you're gonna cast a first level spell at the mound. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and it'll be lightning damage. I'm just gonna see if anything kind of reacts or responds in a way.
So you, and its range, I'm assuming, is way more than 50 feet, right?
Yeah, because I have spell sniper, I have 180 that. Kinda.
Gotcha.
Good boomerang.
And I'm casting at first level, by the way. I'm not doing anything crazy.
All right.
She smells like hot cardboard. That's what she smells like right now.
She's what?
She smells like hot cardboard.
That's weird.
What's the difference between hot and cold cardboard in smell?
Well, one smells toastier.
Yeah. Would you like me to roll it to hit, or given the size of it and what I'm doing, does it matter?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I'll say that, yeah, go ahead. So you cast the orb. You don't have to really roll to hit because it's a big ass mound. And it impacts into it and kind of, sizzles some of the mummified flesh, scatters some of the bones, and it disrupts it. It basically affects it in a way that you expected it would if it were just sort of an inanimate mound.
Well, that didn't do much.
You do notice something now, though, after you've done that. Everybody notices. Now, suddenly, it first starts at the bottom. It almost, for a second, it looks like weird kind of bluish colored, tiny little lightning bugs. What do they call them? The
Fireflies?
Fireflies, yeah. And then it's like this. It's like this weird, sparkly little blue dots, and then they start to come up out of the hole, and then now everybody sees them. They're kind of sparkling all around the atrium, and Shae even sees them out in the courtyard too. And it's just these weird kind of sparkly blue, tiny little. Now that you see them closer, they're not fireflies. They're not a creature. It's some sort of weird magical effect.
How do they appear with my eye?
They look like phantom lights, and they seem to kind of irradiate a bit of negative energy from them.
There's a thing that I, as a player, want to question, but I don't know if Merrik. No.
I mean, we can talk about it. What?
Yeah. As player, description rings familiar to a will-o'-the-wisp, but I don't know if Merrik would know will-o'-the-wisp to even question, is that it?
So they don't actually. They're much tinier than will-o'-the-wisps.
Okay.
Like they're just little sparkles of blue, and they move. They kind of flicker and move about, float about, similar to, like I said, a firefly, and they even blink out similar to a firefly. But yeah, it's kind of weird.
Can I make an Arcana check to identify this being a type of magic? That may
You
be
can
hostile?
try.
Sure. 25.
It's not like anything you've ever seen before or heard of.
Fair. Okay.
If they are by me, do they flicker out because of the helm?
Do what? No, they don't.
Well, it looks like the only real way we're going to root these things out is going down there. So we either go down there, wait for them to come up, but we're going to go down there eventually.
I still think that we should try to find the cellar door entrance that way.
All right. I'll come fly back down then, because no use in wasting more high-level spells on things that run away.
You're gonna. I misunderstood you. You're gonna do what now? You're gonna go fly back and land? Yeah. So You all have been describing what you see through Raven's Edge, right? So Frederick is like, this concerning, yes, maybe worse than thought.
It is way worse than thought.
He says, maybe not just nest, could be beginning of hive, new hive.
Should we retreat and regroup and come up with a plan?
Me no expert such things, but if you think yes.
Question is openly proposed to the entire team. Like,
Well, let's scout out the rest of this building first. And then retreat and regroup.
that's fair. I will say I agree with Raven's Edge. I don't think anyone should be left behind. However, I do think that either Thyra, you, or Avery should stand by the door adjacent to this room, keeping an eye on it as well while we continue to clear the rest so that we can see if something's coming up, but yet not being split as a party.
And you alarmed.
Oh, so are you suggesting that whichever room you go into, you have Thyra or Avery stand at that door? Yeah, gotcha.
So that way we can tell if something's going to come up. They can be a barrier for that to initiate combat, and we're not going to be surprised by them trying to rush us.
Gotcha. Perfect. All right. So then,
Unless anyone else has a better idea.
Avery says, "It's quite a well thought out plan."
Well thought out, no. Plan, yes. So... 80, meeny, money, no. Which door should we go then?
Thyra just
You have
reaches out for that door handle she's still standing by. And
Gotcha.
then opens it. Just to take a peek-see.
I imagine we'd all congregate towards that door.
All right. Whoops.
I haven't stopped concentrating on fly, by the way.
I figured.
Okay. Cool. So he can just use it then when he needs to, just like you, right?
Is it?
Yep,
Yeah, it's... Was it an hour, right? Or is it 10 minutes?
it's an hour, I think. Let me just
Right.
double check before I say.
So she opens up the door,
10 minutes.
and since you guys didn't actually surround the building to check it out, you now see this part of the place is kind of crumbled and collapsed a bit, and it looks like there's actually another little hallway with some broken open doors, just kind of collapsed. And this was a kitchen, and it's basically just nothing but debris and like useless at this point. It would need to be completely rebuilt or remodeled. And these doors are broken down, leading to this place over here.
This place
Thyra's
seems
gonna-
less and less like a decent fortified position to inhabit afterwards.
Thyra's just gonna turn and just like point at the next door that's closest
Gotcha.
that we haven't opened yet.
Sindri, did you say that out loud in the telepathic forum?
Yes.
Okay. The Frederick responds with, "We'll need work, yes, but area, off beaten path, protected valley, not easily accessible.
Fair enough.
All right, so you guys are gonna move. So you're not gonna go into the kitchen, you're gonna go to this door right here?
Correct.
Okay. And I'm assuming everybody's gonna follow behind
Yes.
or get up impersonal. And I'm assuming everybody is kind of going around this hole, getting nowhere
far
near
away
it.
from the hole.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Avery and the Husk are keeping an eye on it the whole time. You guys are all kind of eyeing it, of course, but
Yeah.
all right. You open up that door, and
Breathing air that's not 30 degrees is lovely.
pretty well intact. The tables are surprisingly in decent shape. Even some of the chairs.
Dining room.
Dining hall, giant dining hall. Not giant, but a big dining hall. And then this door obviously is now, you know what it is, goes to the dining hall as well. And then that's the only room. This room and this room are the only rooms you don't really know.
Since Thyra's just kind of like started leading the charge, she's actually gonna walk along the wall of the room that they're all.
So she's gonna go in or you're gonna
No.
go over here and then go in through this
Correct.
door?
And then I'm gonna open that door,
Okay,
and then I'm gonna go up to that. Yeah.
gotcha. We'll just say that kind of, people have filtered in. I don't know. I would think that you guys could mostly stay put, right?
Yeah.
And basically,
Seeing that Thyra is going to be entering the other door, I'll poke my head through the far door where I'm standing.
okay.
Yeah,
So,
and just like,
this one?
from the door that Thyra first opened into the dining hall where we originally were. She started towards the other one.
Back here.
Yeah. Yep. And then I will step into that room to watch Thyra open the door because I don't have a perspective from outside.
Gotcha. Okay.
Keeps me further away from the anus pit, and I can see kind of past Thyra.
Yep. Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. It is, since this was an abbey, not a castle, you wouldn't call it a barracks, but it's what would you call a shared bed chamber? You get what I'm saying. I'm trying to use the
barracks?
word. What was that?
I imagine it would still be called a barracks.
Bunk room.
No, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think in an abbey, like in an abbey, which is like a
Housing. We call it the housing.
Yeah. Anyway, it's yeah. You see a number
housing,
of beds with all open, empty-looking chests at the end of them. Like not like treasure chests, but like foot chests.
Like a foot chest. Yeah.
And they've obviously been ransacked. A lot of the beds are rotting and falling apart. A few are in decent shape. Of course, you wouldn't want to sleep on them because they're probably flea and bed bug and mold infested.
Yeah.
And a couple of 100 years old.
Yeah, well, 150 anyway, at least. Yeah. Well, that's true.
least.
Yeah. At least a couple hundred. Yeah. Right. You find an interesting design that they have like so many doors into this room, but it sort of makes sense, I guess. Yeah, you could kind of tell that the attitude of this abbey was that everybody was equal. That's why they all stayed in the same room. You know, there is, because you, at least so far, you haven't found a separate room. Interestingly enough, you haven't found any kind of library.
Go ahead.
You said there was a singular tower, right? That
Yeah,
came from.
it's this first room. I did neglect. Thank you for saying something. I did neglect to point out that you had noticed a ladder leading up to what would be the second floor of the bell tower
of
part.
that front clock tower, bell tower bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, communicating through Raven's Edge. Well, looks like we have only two other places to look. We got that one door by the organ, and then we could ascending the before.
You cut out sending the what?
The ladder.
Yeah, ascend the ladder to the bell tower before that. And I'm just gonna gesture to the and not expect anybody pointing at it, but expect
We all
people to know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Ugh.
Let's get that other room first. Then we can ascend up the ladder.
Are you suggesting this one before the ladder, even though you're closer to the ladder?
Yes.
Okay.
Personally, I'd check that before the ladder.
Yeah, because if we can identify that,
you did see the outside, and it's one of those kinds of bell towers where, like, that second level is 4 columns and is open to the outside, and then you see the bell hanging, right? So it's almost like you already kind of spied what it looks like, if that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't mean you can't go inspect it if you want to, but it's not like it's a room that you need to go see.
Oh, so in that case, then we'll just go to that door then.
Yeah.
And you confirm, after going through this door, you find circular stone stairs leading down. There's like a stone column in the center. You know, it's one of those old style. There's a center stone column, and the stairs kind of loop in a circle all the way around it, going down into the darkness.
Who's first?
The question is, do we want to rest and recoup first before we go down, or do we just want to?
I think resting and devising a plan of attack might not be a bad idea. I know it's going to add some time to our mission. However, we don't need to wait for the dawn. Take a couple hours, eat a little bit of food, come up with a plan of attack, and how we want to deal with this.
Where feels safe to rest? The husk asks. Back at my hidey hole.
We all just turn and Thyra turns and looks at Merrik.
There's like a
it is like a mile away.
yeah, not even. I mean, that's fine. Like the mile thing is not really the problem. It's the does Merrik know for a fact if Raven's Edge in this communication can cut out Avery and Frederick without like identifying it, and he has no good way to like question that without seeming like he's gonna spoil the who's closest to me that of Thyra, Sindri, or Shae?
I mean, where I put you guys, it looks
Yeah,
like Avery's closest to you, and then I guess he would be closer to you. It would probably be, I mean, it's they're all effectively about the same distance from you. Although the Husk and
plus
Avery
you could
are
also
closer
just
to you.
walk over.
That's true.
No,
you-
yeah, I know, but I don't know. Why you look at me like that?
They have been sworn to secrecy.
Not many people know Abyssal.
including many of your teammates.
We all speak Abyssal.
I
You all
don't
do?
speak Abyssal.
You don't?
Oh, do I? Did he teach us?
You should.
Yeah,
We all
he
got-
did. He did teach all of us.
Yeah, that's interesting. That Abyssal is one you have all in common. Interesting.
It's the one.
It's the one that
Amber
No,
Knuckle
that's
taught it us.
yeah.
What was that, Druid?
You had Abernathy teach all of us.
Yeah. And then it was on top of that teaching Thyra Celestial.
Right.
Anyway, fair point. In Abyssal, Merrik is just gonna kind of mutter, I mean, do we take them home? Is that wise?
They have been sworn to secrecy.
They have been sworn to carry your burdens. No, sorry, I couldn't help it.
I you know, we were all there at one point in the swear to secrecy. So I'm with you. They're born to carry your burdens. Here you go. Take 1,000 pounds of shit. Take all 700 iron daggers. Take that, Lydia. Okay.
I suggest that we put the door outside, though.
Good idea. Everybody, follow me. We're going on and I'm just gonna start walking outside.
What did you say?
like-
Field trip? Sorry, for some reason you're still doing that cutout thing. I don't know why.
It's gross outside.
Yeah. Again, Thyra is just gonna be like,
You have sworn to secrecy.
So at that point, Avery's like, you have nothing to fear from me. And then Frederick responds with, who me tell besides Queen?
You don't tell Queen. Please.
Well,
We not need know.
can't. He's like, you see his little glowing eyes and his little black skull, glossy skull skin. Like he's just like, personal secret.
Nice.
I promise, unless lives at stake. Because he doesn't know what you're asking him to promise.
Yes. No, that's absolutely fair. I'll accept that. Need not worry. Just private. I think you might understand once you see.
we all just convert to revert, or everybody's like reverting to talking like him.
I think 100%. you understand. I'm gonna talk to you like you're 5. Like, but not condescending. Like, I'll keep it simple. I think Merrik is apt enough to understand that, but still struggle to find the words.
All right.
Yes. Let's go. Just gonna walk outside. Follow me or not.
Yeah, everybody's
All right, so you guys making your way back out the front, and I'm assuming you just kind of go out into the, to the, maybe not all the way out into the graveyard, but just somewhere
just out in the
nearby.
front. Yeah, where we fought the initial couple of grossies.
Grossies.
All right.
And then I'm gonna find just a suitable spot. Like, it's really, like Frederick said, this is kind of out of the way.
We didn't get.
Wow, we lost a whole sentence.
You lost all of that, really? Interesting. My stuff is solid. Anyway, I'm just gonna find a suitable spot, whatever just feels right. Nothing special. We're out in the middle of nowhere. These are ghouls in there. Not like they're gonna understand what's gonna happen. So, Miracle. I'll reach in. I'll pull out the handle. I'm just gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at Avery, Frederick. Give a fancy twirl, fix it in place, knock knock, and then opens the door. Mentally, with the intent of allowing, like, I know it doesn't necessarily work this way, per se. At least I don't think it does, but mentally acknowledging that Avery and Frederick are welcome in. Like, they're not a negative connotation. Like, they are welcome here.
So, as soon as you do that, Avery, her eyes go wide again, and she kind of cocks her head. She's like, "What in the hell?" And she corrects herself. Like she puts her hand over her head, like she just cursed.
Yeah.
And
as soon as she says
she's
that,
like scratching her head, and then, but interestingly enough, Frederick is like, "Oh, this your super secret? No biggie. Queen have something similar." He just walks on in.
Not
He
everybody has
says
one of
this
these.
big fancier though. Looking inside of it when she's inside.
Where we're from, not everybody has one, and it's smarter to keep it under wraps. It turned to Avery. Pocket dimension. Like, duh.
All we got was pocket dimension. One more time. I'm sorry, bud.
When Avery says, like, by the hells, I'm like, no, not hells, pocket dimension.
Oh.
Like, come on.
She's like, she's like, I've seen like smaller versions of this before, but wow. She walks in. And she's
everybody in. Come on. Door shuts.
All right. She's like, this is like the lap of luxury. How long does this last?
How do they both react to the invisible servants and
With just bow ties floating around.
Yeah, so again, surprisingly, Frederick goes up to one and says, "You tea me, please?" Like he's used to using something like this. And then, but Avery is all like, she sees them like cleaning and dusting and like wearing their little outfits.
we've got their name tags too.
I forgot that you made name tags for them. That's fine. And
They gave them names.
As Avery's just like, about 24 hours. We've got plenty of time.
Oh, and yes, Avery, if you need anything, just let one of them know and they will bring it to you. We have a fully stocked kitchen as well.
And there's a
Avery's
gym.
like, "Oh, is that so?"
Yes.
Like, So we don't have to worry about trail rations then?
Jay's been learning how to
yes.
cook.
Yeah. Would you care to give our guest a tour? I am gonna go to the study.
Jay's gonna go to the kitchen and make dinner.
Yeah. Thyra, would you give our guest a tour?
As soon as you guys start to leave, though, to separate out, before you all do, you're saying having to have her give them a tour. Frederick interrupts and says, "Oh, something Cher thinking of. Just so you know, so know you, right? Know you? Anyway, he's like speaking a foreign language. He's trying to figure it out. If hive it be instead of nest, big threat. Not just volume, but if hive be, must be emperor ghoul. Not emperor like he like feudal kings, not like more like bees.
Oh, so
I got
like a queen, in a way.
Yes, but not queen like feudal queen.
Top of food chain.
More like hive mind. Explain why they trick us.
Frederick, would you mind joining me in the study?
Be happy, yes.
Excellent. We'll be back when dinner's ready.
Where's everybody else going? So you're gonna have Frederick, so he's not going on the tour. Frederick's gonna follow you. But you're gonna have Thyra give Avery the tour of the place. What's Sindri, and you're gonna go cook. What's Sindri doing?
First of all, Sindri will attempt to fly up to his bedroom, because he's still been concentrating on it, but the spell's well worn off by now, so he's like, God damn it. Goes to use the stairs. And he just walks up to his bedroom and goes and lies down.
Okay.
He's going for we've made a point of resting. He's like, I can recover resources if I do nothing.
You do know they're invisible servants, BT, so if you wanted, you can have them carry you up to your room.
I don't think he's that lazy.
That's hilarious just to see this suit and bow tie and then just a cradle.
In front of the suit and bow tie? Yeah.
You underestimate
Or would it be a
my
suit or
laws,
just be a
man.
bow tie? I just imagine just a bow tie.
That would be a bow tie and a vest.
Oh, and a vest. A vest and a bow, yeah. A little maid outfit for the ladies.
Yes.
What, Druid?
Or it'd be an apron.
She's looking at the bird.
I'm looking at the bird.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's
gotcha.
covered in strawberry, and she just flung a carrot onto my notes.
Yeah.
So,
if there's any RP you'd like to do with Avery while you're giving the tour, because I have something I want to do with Frederick, so I want to give you space.
So basically, Thyra's gonna go, this is the gym. That's the kitchen. This is the room you'll sleep in. And that's her whole tour. Because that's the only places she really needs to go.
Okay. She's like, what are those other doors? Are those the other rooms of the of you guys?
Yep, that's everybody's private quarters.
Ah. Incredible. Did you all get this on from one of the Barbary worlds, or was it crafted?
My understanding is it was crafted. It was spent quite a bit of credits to get it.
Wow. Did you all afford something like this?
We had quite a bit of credits.
In that short a time? You must have gone on some very dangerous and lucrative missions. I forgot her accent, sorry.
We always went above and beyond, and we always got the bonuses as well.
I have much to learn from you.
This is the room that you can rest in. We'll call you when food is ready.
Thank you. She goes over and like pushes in the bed. I'm not sure I could stand this level of comfort.
I sleep on the floor.
I guess I'll try both.
And then she leaves and goes to her room.
All right.
As Thyra's leaving, there's an invisible servant bringing in cookies and tea for Avery.
All right. Wow. She works fast. That's the last thing you hear as you're leaving.
And as soon as the door is shut and she's out, she's like, Thyra does this like, and then goes to her room.
Why is she reacting that way?
The revelry is just too much for her.
You mean you said revelry? You mean more like the reverie?
That's what. Yeah, this thing started screaming, and I lost my.
Oh,
thoughts.
okay, all right. So the fact that she's like, she seems very, yeah. She reveres you so much that it makes you uncomfortable, huh?
Yeah.
So now back to the den with Frederick 42 and our good man Merrik.
After about 10 minutes, tea shows up for Frederick. And coffee for Merrik.
Yeah, Merrik is like, swear to God, there's not coffee. I'm gonna. He grabs his cup. He's like, yes. Frederick, you mentioned that if this was more of a hive and a hive mind, yes, or speculation?
Yes, if hive, likely Emperor Ghoul hive mind.
If the Emperor Ghoul were to be dispatched, would that stop all the others? Or would they still be aggressive?
Oh, they would, their ghouls would be, go feral.
So they all must be dispatched. I mean, that is the plan, yes, but you say they become far more aggressive if the Emperor Ghoul were to drop?
Feral ghouls, yes, more aggressive, but less clever.
Okay.
If Emperor Ghoul, the ghouls nearby may have tactics.
Oh, pack tactics. They function well in groups. That is what I was afraid of. This is a potential Emperor Ghoul. Their intelligence, is it on par with human intelligence? Above human intelligence? Or below?
Extra clever, yes. Extra clever.
Extra clever. Okay.
Extra clever. Not clever as not clever as Queen Evelyn, but or you seem very clever. Good convos with Queen Evelyn she could have. I chosen because I good with magical devices. I skills no have of own, but good with magic devices.
Speaking of magic devices, this teleportation device you speak of.
Yes, similar to your device, it's rod, but mine poke in ground instead of hover in air.
May I see it?
Yes, careful bee, do not activate, one shot only.
I will just instruct Frederick to set it on the desk. Like, I'm not going to try to activate it, but I'm going to take just a brief moment and kind of just study it, because teleportation magic, that's quite interesting. And
His little
Merrik
black,
wants to
shiny,
study.
bony hand puts it out on the, he reaches inside a bag that's he's holding underneath, and sets it down.
I'm just going to study this. I will not activate it. While I look at that, can you tell me what you know about this? And I'm going to pull off the owl brooch and hand it to him. And then I will then study the rod with my eye. Like, I'll look at what he said.
He you hand him the owl, and he looks at it and says, "Fancy metal owl statuette?"
Fair enough. And I'll just take it back.
Okay.
Refix. And study the rod with my eye. Do the whole shebang without going and setting it off.
Gotcha. You study the rod, and you can definitely tell it's some sort of arcane device that has been crafted as a one-shot thing. Once it's activated, you're pretty sure that you could very easily activate it too if need be, but it's been entrusted to him. But basically, you kind of hold your thumb on one end and hold it like this, slam it down on the ground and activate it, and it magically create a teleportation circle that's likely a permanent teleportation circle.
This is very interesting. And then until dinner's ready and other stuff kind of goes on, just going to fill the time with probing Frederick with questions about, if he knows much about how teleportation works, or if he's just, apt at using it, asking more about Ghoul, things that we don't really need to exposition through, because expect a definitive Merrik is filling time and just
right
as he would.
As far as teleportation magic itself goes, again, he reiterates in his weird pseudo language that he doesn't have magical skills or knowledge of his own. He just seems to have an innate ability to use magical devices, which is why this was him important task user for the Queen, and as far as the ghouls go, he tells you that not long ago, farther to the north, Queen Avalon teamed up with her friend Mr. Midnight and cleaned up a ghoul hive. Very difficult. A bigger hive than this, though, he said. So, could be scary, dangerous for this group, but he's confident that you guys, it's not grown big enough that you can't deal with it. But risky and scary and careful must be.
There.
He tells you that the Emperor Ghoul, once you're in its lair, its hive, no amount of turning is gonna work. Emperor Ghoul have lair actions, legendary actions, legendary resistance, can cast spells. The Phantom Lights can heal the other undead, the other ghouls that are nearby.
When he says the Phantom Lights, he's referring to that blue.
The sparkles, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
He asks you a question. He says,
"Yeah,
mound at bottom of well.
Yes.
That you described. Did it seem like lots of humanoid corpses?
Yes. And bone. Some of it was scattered when I hit it, but it didn't seem to react much. I imagine that might be...
By the way, out of character real quick, I'm going to sort of assume that later on, after you've had this conversation with him, that you're going to share the intel that you've gathered from him with the rest of the group.
That is exactly what I was about to say. I was going to, after, when everybody gathers, I'm going to kind of...
All right.
Information.
He shares, asking about the mound, he thinks, well, after looking at Abby and way things went down, you might have friend Shae look. She good at tracking, right?
Yes.
I decent at. She could tell better, but I think that mound might have been original source of why Ghoul Nest turned into Ghoul Hive. It looks like, I didn't see, but seems like the way things went down in this abbey, lots of bad stuff happened here. Bad stuff. Not necessarily undead stuff, like bad stuff from bad people and lots of death. Maybe all the abbey down there in that hole, in that well. Terrible things. Terrible things bring despair and darkness, and dark things come out of darkness.
In your opinion, given they are beneath the abbey in, say, a cellar of sorts, do you imagine there could be a lot of structural damage that could be had? Fight that we could have with them?
Maybe. Have to look first. Strange that well would lead to basement unless unless something happened to bring them together.
You say this may have been bad things that happened here at the Abbey. So if there was an increase of negative emotions or evil or nefarious activities that can accelerate a nest into a hive, that they can feed off that energy?
sort of definitely cascade effect.
You think it could be do you think it could be the fact that this ground is desecrated and it has now been a space that they could hole up, and that be more the case? And the desecration is what has accelerated the hive?
Could be component, yes.
And how
likely?
I know we're looking I know you said we're looking for the relic, which is essentially, for me, my brain, it's like advanced. Because, you know, in a vial container. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we could cleanse that? No. I imagine it's probably hoarding what can cleanse this abbey to prevent it.
So are you sort of just thinking this stuff out loud?
Yeah. Merrik is like, started with a question and realizing, right. No.
He says, lore, history, I study of place, given some bits of knowledge of this place. Likely secret room and basement. Possible the ghouls got to it, but also possible remain hidden. Seems unlikely that they could get near or touch the relic.
Makes sense.
Could be covering it though.
It just sounds like food's almost ready. One last thing before we go join the others. With ghouls and this Emperor Ghoul, how resilient are they to what's left of their mind being shattered? For DM, asking about psychic damage. What is their, like, is that viable?
I would say he's like, sorry, me not familiar. Don't know.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, and at this point now, I will kind of like, let's go to the others.
Gotcha.
And then I'll just, as I flip through, I'm going to pull out my spellbook and flip in my spellbook.
Wow, that was a whole sentence gone. Say again.
What spell are you pointing to?
Wither and Bloom. Come when we go back in, I'll have this available to potentially assist you if you happen to be injured. Because it does necrotic damage to a target, and it allows to select another target to use a hit die to regain HP. So I could use it to heal two people. Well,
yeah, it's a pretty neat effect. At range, it's good spell.
Yeah,
I like that.
So what I'd mentioned before that I would have assist him, it's Wither and Bloom. So I'm just going to point it out to him. This one, I got you, mate.
He's like nifty. You guys have a delicious meal. During the meal, you recount to everybody the stuff that you intel you gathered from your friend, and do you want me to exposition up to the where you'd be going down there and checking out the going down the stairs, or do we want to just stop it right here since it's close to wrap up? By the way, I forgot to let everybody know we do have to wrap up a little early tonight because StarKitty and I have an engagement to go to with Wookiees.
Yeah, we can stop it right here.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine like before we exit the mansion would be just fine. Because unless there's anything else we're going to
Gotcha. Or after you've rested for 8 hours or the night, whatever, and now you've exited the mansion and you're standing back in front of the haunted abbey, ready to enter in and go down into the
unknown.
the hell anus. But you're not going to go through the hell anus. You're going to go down into the basement.
We're going into the unknown.
Right. All right. Phantasmic.
Our
Pause the
recovery
void.
stuff. Did we last for a short stay or a long rest?
Oh, this was a long rest.
Long rest.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my intention, was long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So.
What's it? Where'd it go?
Man, some
I
amazing
changed some
people.
spells.
Given with the knowing that it was going to be a full rest, Sindri would ask if he wanted to use legend lore on Emperor ghouls to see if he can pull any information about them. In general, not about this specific one.
Let me double check if I kind of like legend lore is kind of meant to be more used.
It's for
on,
anything that's like a legendary status, isn't it?
Yeah, something specific, right? But I need to double check. I could be wrong.
It's more because I've got the 5th level spell slot 1 left.
No, yeah, that's smart thinking
so.
actually. We won't talk about it tonight, but if it does work, I'll just write before we go.
I'll just write it in my book as well.
Name or describe a person, place, or object. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. The lore might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. So, yeah, unfortunately, I think your character would be smart enough to know it wouldn't actually work, because even though it's obviously a unique thing, it's more like, if you're talking about the queen of a beehive, there's no legendary lore about that.
Yeah.
Works for me.
So I'm just taking a quick peek here. There's not. It's kind of ironic actually. There's less people streaming this Saturday night than usual. I'm feeling we got No Foreign, Survivalist Gaming, Alice Blue. What do you guys think? Any input from anybody?
It's been a long time since we raid Alice Blue.
It's true.
But it's also been a long time since we've raided No Corn, so.
Yeah, that's true. And we are going to have Dr. Ducky on this week. So, and we did have No Foreign on the community D&D thing. So yeah, I think I'm leaning towards the No Foreign. Let's do that. All right, guys. Thank you all for joining us this wonderful evening. Again, sorry we're wrapping up a little bit early, but should be regular time next week, a full 4 hours from 3:30 to 7:30, and we'll say hello to Wookiees for you. And with that, let's start this raid up. I adore you all. Be sure to check out all these amazing folks. Go check out their streams when they're streaming next. Look for them in the river of Twitch. And anything else you guys want to say?
Thank you. Shae appreciates everybody.
Right on. Night night, guys. We'll see y'all next week. Bye bye.